Day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
I'm Doug Brown. In the NCAA tournament right now, less than 4 minutes to go. Colorado State leads Memphis 68-60. That's a 12 seed leading a 5 seed. At the half, Duke rolling over Mount St. Mary's 54-28. First half, Vanderbilt with a 16-13 lead on St. Mary's. Looking ahead to Saturday, it'll be St. John's against Arkansas in the second round. ESPN's Dallin Cuff.
This is where we're at with college basketball with so much turnover and transfer portal. Selling known commodities is hard in this sport. What are the known commodities? The coaches. And that's what we still sell from time to time. And people, I think, the last couple of weeks just became aware that Rick Pitino was the coach at St. John's and just became aware that Coach Cowell was the coach at Arkansas.
Dallin Cuff on Clinton and Friends. The first round of the women's tournament underway today. Kentucky squeaks past Liberty 79-78 in a 4-13 matchup. Coverage continues on the ESPN family of networks. From the NFL, the Saints signed wideout Brandin Cooks to a 2-year, $13 million contract.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Monday, we'll have full reaction to both the men's and women's NCAA tournament. Plus, continue to be on Aaron Rodgers' watch. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride! Woo!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Down One Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
All O'Neal.
Chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yes. And a Mr. Toby Time plate. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Theriot next hour. Tiger Baseball opens up SEC play. Give you plenty of previews of LSU and Texas. But let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
So all off season, I have been asking that the New Orleans Saints get younger and less expensive. And Mickey Loomis continues to shoot me the figurative bird, like double bird, right in the face. You can't see it right here behind my hand because I can't put that on TV. YouTube, I could. You ever seen Whiskey and Wine? You know that much. That's Mickey. Take that, Scone. Not sure if you've seen, but the Saints put out a tweet earlier, and it was Brandin Cooks doing his Archer thing in a Saints uniform. Short time later, we get the word that the New Orleans Saints have, in fact, brought Brandin Cooks back to the Big Easy. 2 years, $13 million deal for Cooks to come back to New Orleans. A time when you want to see this team, this organization move on. They just continue to live in the past. Team needing to get younger and less expensive signs a 31-year-old wide receiver. who played in just 10 games last year because he had a knee infection, because that's super normal with healthy young people. Yet that doesn't qualify as getting younger and less expensive. It's the opposite of that. I'm not going to hold Brandin Cooks' exit back in 2017 against him now. Remember, he had the sort of now infamous closed mouths don't get fed line, sort of complaining about his lack of productivity in the offense, never mind the fact that he had over 1,100 receiving yards that season. It was 8 years ago. He was 23 years old. He was a young guy who was looking toward his second contract as a first-round pick. The Saints had drafted Michael Thomas. I get it. I'm not – it's not this thing where I'm going to go, I don't want him back now because of what happened then. And quite honestly, you traded him to New England. That netted you Ryan Ramczyk, who became the best right tackle in football, and you had a great run after that. So bygones be bygones, all that stuff. I think with Brandin Cooks, there's a couple of very obvious questions you have to ask. Number one, he has been a journeyman around this league despite being a pretty productive player, and it is very fair to wonder why. Like, why has Brandin Cooks not really ever been able to settle in a spot despite his productivity? Like, the Saints used a first-round pick on him, and they dealt him away in his prime after 3 seasons. New England traded a first-round pick for him. He was in New England for 1 year. By the way, the year they played the Eagles in the Super Bowl and lost on the Philly Special, Cooks was on that New England team. Then they trade him to the Rams. He's in L.A. with the Rams in 2018. He was on the Rams team with the Nola no-call. Played in the Super Bowl that year with the Rams when they lost, incidentally, to New England. But he spent 18 and 19 with the Rams, and then they traded him to Houston. And so then he does spend 3 years in Houston, and then the last 2 years in Dallas. And, his first 2 years in Houston, he was a 1,000-yard receiver. The production dipped. He only played 13 games in 2022. Goes to Dallas, and you've just seen the production nosedive. Just over 600 yards receiving in 2023. This past year, as I mentioned, played in just 10 games. His skill set throughout his career, like when you think about Brandin Cooks and like what the thing is that he does very well, it's the deep threat, right? It's the big playability. It's you beat you over the top with the elite speed. I mean, all the way back to his time at Oregon State when he won the Biletnikoff. He came into the league with New Orleans. As a rookie, averaged 10.4 yards per reception. After that, 13.5, 15.0, 16.6, 15.1, 13.9, 14.2 is a big play waiting to happen. Last year, 10 yards per catch. Lowest of his career. Lowest receiving yard total of his career at 259. Lowest yards per catch. Fewest games played. And the Saints were like, yeah! Oh, yeah! Brandin Cooks, the Archer guy! Yeah! 2 years, 13 mil, come on! Wait, but his whole thing is he's a deep threat guy. And the last 3 years, his production has stair-stepped down, and last year he had the fewest yards and fewest yards per catch of his entire career. Fewest receptions, like all of it. Career lows and everything. Games played, all of it. Don't worry about that. It's Brandin Cooks. We drafted him. Speaking of which, anybody seen Kenny Vaccaro lately? We'll see him. Bring him back in here. Hey, Jeff Ireland, you got a number for Stephon Anthony? Let's get him on the phone. Sheldon Rankins, he's still in the league, right? Maybe we can trade a first-round pick for him. Get the whole band back together. Man, can't believe we let Peyton Turner get away. Reunion of all the first-round picks. I mean, the other part of this that makes no sense is you have a guy who is a younger version of Brandin Cooks. Rashid Shaheed's still on your team, is he not? Like, what are we actually doing here? I understand Shaheed's coming off of an injury, But all indications are that he's going to be healthy to go for this year. And he's not 31 years old coming off an injury and the least productive season of his career. I mean, Shaheed last year before the injury was averaging 17 and a half yards a catch. I don't know what this team is doing, y'all. I don't know. I mean, I know what they're doing. I just don't know why they're doing it. They very clearly have the philosophy of win now. And they're trying to spend money to bring in players that are going to help them win now. I just don't see, and neither does anyone else, by the way, how any of this is helping you win now. How is overpaying for a 31-year-old wide receiver coming off the least productive year of his career, where he missed 7 games because of a knee infection, how is that helping you win now or in the future? It just doesn't make sense. A lick what they're doing. I know what they're trying to do. That very clearly, their actions are screaming, we are trying to win now. But how is adding 31-year-old Brandin Cooks helping you win now? You're just not a good roster. And all of these deals that you're doing have been made possible by reworking your salary cap to free up cash to be able to spend now on a team that's not going to win a damn thing. And the long-term cost of that is you're screwing up your cap for future years. Like, if you were doing it, like if you had gone and gotten Aaron Rodgers and felt like this year and felt like, all right, we got a shot. We got one bite at the apple. We got one swing. Okay, go take your hack. But if you think that building this roster around Derek Carr by overpaying Juwan Johnson and overpaying for Brandin Cooks and bringing Justin Reed in, like, that's the thing that's going to get it done. You're giving Chase Young $51 million. Like, that's what's going to get you there? I mean, the rest of the football-loving world is zigging while the Saints are zagging. It just, I don't know. Welcome back to New Orleans, Brandin Cooks. I'm sure it's going to be a blast. It'll be a blasty blast having you back. Archer stuff and all on the way to a 5-win season. Great. All right, we're brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, official beer of the Tigers as well. Kim Mulkey and her squad, they're on the floor tonight. 9:15 tip. Woo! Anyway, you're going to be at the Maravich Center. Make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light. You're going to be watching at home, at the bar, wherever you'll be this weekend. Make sure you got plenty of refreshing, ice-cold, delicious Bud Light. Buds and boils go great together. Bud and Bud Light with those mud bugs. Make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Okay, y'all, our Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll knock out a quick break. NCAA tournament's going on right now. Get your wraparound update of what's going on around the SEC and just a smidge as well. Theriot next hour. Glad you're hanging out on the Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
After further review.
We're heading into the weekend, but if you're a business owner, you know your business never sleeps. Your business doesn't get the weekend off. You're always a business owner. You're always thinking of how you can grow your business. It's like your child in many respects. You never stop parenting your children. You never stop being a business owner. So you're going into the weekend. You're thinking about your business. Great opportunity to look into Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com. Yes, their corporate headquarters are in Baton Rouge, which I love, by the way. Gut renovation of a giant building on Perkins Road near Pennington, and it is gorgeous. But they've also got offices in New Orleans and Miami and Orlando and Texas and Mississippi and all over the place so that they can serve businesses of all sizes in all places with any type of employee. If you need an employee to make your business more efficient, Glow Resources can find that person. GLO, glowresources.com.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I roll along here on this Friday edition of AFR. Theriot will be here next hour. We'll talk plenty of LSU-Texas as Tigers get ready for their first conference series of the year over in Austin. First true road series of the year. See how the Tigers handle it all. Hey, earlier today was a Louisiana Association of Broadcasters Prestige Award banquet. Always a great event where our state's broadcast association honors both radio and TV broadcasters in a variety of different categories. And our group here, Guarantee Media, in Baton Rouge is very well represented. We took home 7 awards in total. Congrats to Bo Wegman, who was named Engineer of the Year. Our very own Alondra Villarreal was named Young Professional of the Year. That's category for folks 35 and under. So congrats to Alondra. Cassie Spazzali won the Student Broadcaster of the Year award for radio, which is awesome. We're fired up for her. She's been a great asset to us coming over, still working toward her degree and working with us so much. Let's see. Brian Haldane over at Talk 107.3 won Best Election Coverage for his election coverage here for the fall elections, presidential and local, of course. We won for Dreams Come True of Louisiana as the community involvement. So our commitment to Dreams Come True Louisiana has been awesome, as Becky does a great job. For those who don't know, that's an organization that grants dreams to children with life-threatening or terminal illnesses. And it's been just our community project as a radio group that we do, that we throw a lot of our weight behind to raise money. It's about $5,000 to grant a dream on average for one of those kiddos. And it's been our pleasure to partner with our communities to help raise money for Dreams Come True. So we won for that as well. And then AFR was named Best Sports Show. So there's large market and small market. So AFR was named the best large market sports show in the state. So Muse, Paulie, and I get to go collect a little hardware. It's always very humbling to be recognized. I don't think anybody ever gets into this profession to win awards. It's not like why you do it. But when your peers vote on you, and actually it was the Broadcast Association from Kansas voted on the entries this year and the nominees. So it's very flattering. It's very humbling, and really sincerely appreciate everybody who continues to watch and listen every single day. Who's made the show what it's been for 15 years. I say it all the time. Otherwise, I'm just a guy in a room talking to myself if y'all aren't there. So sincerely thanks to everybody who continues to listen and watch after all these years, and very humbling to be recognized again as the best sports show in the state. I will say big shout out as well to our partners over at Delta Media in Lafayette. So Delta Media is where you hear me say all the time, our affiliates, ESPN 103.7 Lafayette, 104.1 Lake Charles. And for those if you're listening in Lafayette or Lake Charles on 103.7 or 104.1, understand like our show originates in Baton Rouge, and our partnership with Delta, they carry our show in those two markets, which we're thrilled for that partnership. And the folks at Delta are awesome. Johnette Cochran, who I'm so fired up for Johnette. She worked with us here at Guarantee years ago, and as an account exec was dynamic. I loved it. It was so sad when she left, and she's kind of moved around. She was in Indianapolis and Maryland, then Delta did a very smart thing and hired her as their general manager. So she runs that cluster of radio and TV stations in Lafayette. Johnette was named Broadcaster of the Year, which was I came out of my seat with excitement for her. She deserves the honor. She's an incredible leader, and her commitment to her people have been awesome. And quite honestly, we're not on in Lafayette and Lake Charles without Johnette. So I owe her a great debt of gratitude, not just for her friendship, but professionally, her belief in me and the show. So I'm pumped for her. And then my guys over at ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles cleaned up. Jordy Hultberg took home the award for the best interview. Dawson Iserlo, D-Lo, won Best Sports Show in the small market. So again, the state's kind of divided into large market and small market categories. So in Baton Rouge, we're in the large market. Lafayette was in the small market category. So AFR won large market. D-Lo won small market. So if you're listening in 103.7 Lafayette, 104.1 Lake Charles, you got both of the award-winning shows in the middle of the lineup, which is awesome. Congrats to D-Lo. James Mesh from RP3 and Mesh, who's a great dude, won the Producer of the Year. The guys won for Best On-Site Broadcast for their SEC Media Day coverage. I feel like I'm leaving somebody else out. I mean, dude, they need a full-on forklift to get all their stuff back to Lafayette. I mean, they did so well-deserved, and I'm leaving somebody out, right?
I think so. I'm trying to remember.
It's literally one of those things where, as a station, they won damn near everything in the small market radio category for all their stuff. I mean,
it was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome, man.
Congrats to them, man. Fired up. It was a good day. LAB was today, and so congrats to all the winners and all the nominees. It's great to be nominated. And to win's really cool, but it's also just a cool thing. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all so y'all were aware, but very grateful to everybody who continues to watch and listen. All right, it's after further review. Let me get you an NCAA tournament update here in just a quick second. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, or williamsoneye.com, williamsoneye.com. I'm sitting in studio, looking at the screen right there. Ole Miss against North Carolina, 18-11, 12:24 to go, 22 seconds on the shot clock. I look up at the little box at the top of the screen. Paulie, can you go to that TV? Can you go to the fisheye of that TV? And I'll show everybody. So we have Mount against Duke. It's 54-28 with 19:48 to go. We have Vandy, and I guess that's St. Mary's, 29-22 at the half. Colorado State beat Memphis 78-70. Grand Canyon, Maryland coming up at 4:45. See, I can see all of that crystal clear 2020. And y'all, before I had LASIK, what I'm telling you, if I didn't have contacts or glasses, I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. Blind as a bat. You know the feeling. You want to ditch the contacts and glasses forever and just be able to see? Dr. Blake Williamson makes that happen every single day. Schedule your consultation at the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. That's Williamson, EYE.com. All right, y'all, if you want to, you can email us, tweet us, or text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. By the way, thank you very much. A lot of you have corrected me on the text line. In the last segment, this is a total just slip. I said apparently in the last segment, women's basketball is tonight. It's tomorrow night at 9:15. So you're not, you didn't see it wrong. I misspoke. I didn't catch it when I said it live. Yes, they play tomorrow. It's Saturday night at 9:15 at the Maravich Center. They have a late tip tomorrow night. So my bad. Our guy Nate Bell, who's our credential photographer, was like, "Hey, bro, you just said the game was tonight. Am I missing something? Did I get the wrong schedule?" No, dude. No. It's tomorrow. My bad. LSU San Diego State tomorrow night. How are we feeling about tournament games going on today? We were over at LAB, didn't get to watch much of it, really any of it up until this point. Anything of note? Anything standing out? Baylor beating Mississippi State. It's a bummer for Rivs and for the SEC. No. Ole Miss beating North Carolina right now. Vandy's up on St. Mary's, so we're kind of keeping an eye on the league.
I was surprised that Ole Miss was the underdog in that game. I'll tell you that much. Everybody was, kind of, why is North Carolina in? They don't deserve to be in. They dominate. Who was it? San Diego State or something like that? Now they're a favorite over an SEC team. It's been the best league in the country when they shouldn't have been in. That surprised me a little bit. Might have made a wager.
League was 4-2 yesterday.
Yeah.
Missouri losing as a 6 seed.
Georgia
got pounded.
Wall in an 8-9, man.
Yeah.
They were down 27-3 at one point.
Zags, bro.
Yeah.
I can't tell you anything about Gonzaga's team this year, but that's a tournament-tested team that expects to be there. Georgia hadn't been in the tournament in a decade. So, Mike White's a good coach. That's the kind of thing that doesn't surprise me. It's like I always, no matter what their season's like, I'll always end up picking Michigan State to win games. I'm going far this year because they're good, but same when Bob Knight was at Indiana or a Texas Tech, even late in his career, I'd always have him win at least a game in the tournament. There's just something to be said for the experience of being there. So that didn't completely surprise me. I understand on premise why in an 8-9 game just didn't completely surprise me.
Bama skated by today. Against Robert Morris, 90-81, but at one point they were trailing and needing to come back in that ball game. They were only up 4.
Play D, bro.
They were only up 4 at half, and they only won the second half by 5. So
they can't play D.
Yeah, but that surprised me a little bit because it's you
remember when? I remember Robert Morris for one thing: the Nerlens Noel Kentucky team played in the NIT. Lost to Robert Morris. And if I'm not mistaken, they went and played that game at Robert Morris. You'd have to check me on that specifically. That would have been 20...
Here, let's see. Kentucky,
12,
Robert Morris.
I think it was the year after Anthony Davis, so 2012.
2013.
Yeah, so 20...
It was in Rupp. It was in Rupp.
Okay.
Yep.
But they lost to... But Robert Morris beat Kentucky. It was an NIT game at Rupp.
59-57.
Yeah. Is that did Nerlens Noel tear his knee in that game?
He didn't play in the game, so it must have been before.
So he must have been before.
Yeah, because he didn't play. I'm looking at the box score.
I'm remembering that right. That was the team with Nerlens Noel, right? And then the Hornets drafted him, and then draft day traded him. Or maybe it was a year removed. Anyway, it all runs together at this point. But kind of keeping an eye on the league. Yeah, so your finals today in the tournament, as we mentioned, Baylor beat Mississippi State by 3. Colorado State, this is one that was very popular. A lot of people had 78-70. That's another 12-5 upset. So yesterday, McNeese with a 12-5 upset over Clemson. Today, Colorado State with a 12-5 upset. Iowa State, no issues with Lipscomb, 82-55. As Muse mentioned, Bama beats Robert Morris 90-81. And then the game's in action right now that we're keeping an eye on. Duke, no issues with Mount St. Mary's. Vandy up at half on St. Mary's by 7. And this game right here, Ole Miss 20-12. About midway through the first half, up on North Carolina 20-12. We'll see if the Rebs can keep another SEC team alive. So we'll keep you up to date throughout the show. All right, it is After Further Review. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Oh, by the way, Paulie, nice to see you back here today after playing hooky. How was it at your kids' open house yesterday? How was the open house yesterday, Paul?
It was very nice.
Yeah,
Got
sure
to meet
it was.
Some future teachers.
Sure, some future teachers. Yeah, no doubt.
Got to do some arts and crafts while we were there.
Arts and crafts, yeah, no doubt. Like Did it involve using a number 2 pencil on a rectangular sheet of paper that might have grids all over it?
Yeah,
oh, really? Yeah, no doubt. Bet it did. Were there refreshments there, Paul?
Not that I saw.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Didn't make the beer run to the fridge, Paul?
No, didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No nachos, wings, nothing?
Yeah.
No.
Tell you what.
Finger foods.
This guy. We're on to you, Paulie.
Okay.
I'm kind of, as I mentioned yesterday on the show, Paul handed out the greatest or worst excuse ever for playing hooky for the first day of the NCAA tournament. Like 2 weeks ago, he hit me with, hey, Opal's got this open house at her new school on the 20th, so I'm not going to be there. Didn't happen to say, oh, it's next Thursday. You're not even thinking first day of the NCAA tournament. Just kind of casually throws it in there. You know what I mean? Lo and behold, Paulie takes the day off because, yeah, there's an open house at his kid's school. Oh, right. Like we talked about yesterday, Muse. Every open house I've ever been to or had at school was like at the beginning of the school year. Yeah. First week of school, August. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. Yeah. Oh, mom's going to the open house to meet the teacher. March 20th, Thursday, first day of the NCAA tournament. Paulie just happens to have an open house at Opal's new school. Yeah, sure was great, Paulie. Regards to all the staff at the new school. Hope you had a great day yesterday, Paulie.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I bet it was. Well, we were all working. Just such a dedicated dad. Tell you what, Paulie. I wouldn't knock you down a few notches. You got closer to Muse yesterday, but then I thought, you know what? Actually, it's a pretty impressive rue which you pulled, and actually made me respect you even more.
I appreciate that.
You got it, Paulie. Muse, do better.
All right, I do fine.
It's AFR.
After further review.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Buy local, shop local, y'all. Gonna have a great weather weekend, man. Get out to Clegg's Nursery and just plant something. If you don't know what to buy, it doesn't matter. They can help you. Like today, high of 69, sunshine. Saturday, high of 76, sunshine. Sunday, 80, little cloudy, but going to be gorgeous. Beautiful spring weather. Get out in the yard. Spread that weed and feed to take care of the weeds. Go buy some rose bushes or some patio, some flowers for your patio pots, your flower beds. I got all the spring flowers you can want. The hanging flower baskets as well. You want to beautify your outdoor space because it's spring and you're going to be spending all this time outdoors. Clegg's Nursery can help you do it. So get them by any of the 4 locations. Buy local, shop local. Clegg's Nursery.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Football Tigers will be back on the practice field with media availability on Saturday. Unfortunately, I will not be there. I'll be emceeing the Down Syndrome Awareness Group Buddy Walk tomorrow morning. It's an awesome event. I get to do it every year, downtown Baton Rouge. If you're looking for something to do, it's a totally free event, downtown Baton Rouge. Awesome. Tomorrow morning, I believe it's 9 to 1. Highly recommend. If you're not doing anything, or if you are, change your plans, come out. Free event, awesome for kids and everything like that. So we'll be doing that tomorrow morning. But Hunt will be out there. We will have full coverage of LSU football practice Saturday. They are allowing full availability for the practice for the media who will be there. Last week, during the weekend, during the Saturday practice, is when we kind of got to watch, for an hour before the weather turned bad. We got to watch a scrimmage period. It was a handful of plays, but it was still cool to see. And I'm going to be most interested, if you're asking me like what I would be looking for. We've seen a lot of rotation so far, and you're right at about the halfway point of spring now. Tuesday was the 6th practice. They're at 7 now, so this would be the 8th practice Saturday. So they're past the halfway point, right? And I'm going to be very interested to see if in the second half of spring some of those first-team rotations start to normalize. Like, for example, last Saturday, your first-team defensive ends were Gabe Relaford and Jack Pyburn. When we went out there on Tuesday, the first defensive ends were Jamari Butler and Patrick Payton. So they rotated there. On Saturday, your first-team cornerbacks were Ashton Stamps and Jakeem Jackson. When we went on Tuesday, it was Ashton Stamps and Mansour Delane. So do we start to see any consistency? We saw Deshaun Spears take some reps with the first team at safety. We talked a lot about center, right? A pretty fluid rotation with DJ Chester and Braylon Moore. On Tuesday, we actually saw Cohen Eccles take reps as the first-team right guard. So we're learning a lot about, and the coaching staff is learning a lot about the guys that they have, and who may fit where. It's also worth noting Brian Kelly will meet with reporters after practice, so I'm certain he's going to be asked about John Emery. We'll find out the plans there. That's probably been the most common question I've been asked since John Emery's announcement that he's coming back to play another year is whether or not he's going somewhere else. Again, remember, this is a year where the NCAA passed a rule allowing teams to go up to 105 scholarship players in football, but the SEC said they're not collectively going to go up to 105. They're going to stay at 85 this year. So if you have the 85-man limit, are you already at that limit? Do you have a spot for John Emery? Remember last year, John Emery was in the portal. Like he was, and he had seemingly committed to UCLA. He posted a picture in his UCLA uniform, on his visit, and it seemed like that was his commitment announcement. Well, as we know what happened, Trey Holly's situation never got adjudicated. The Tigers were down a running back, and so they made the offer to John Emery to come back, which he did, played the USC game, and then got injured the next week in practice. I just don't know that they have room for him at LSU. It'll be fascinating to see. Let's see what Brian Kelly has to say when he meets with reporters after practice on Saturday. So a couple things kind of worth keeping an eye on there as the Tigers will be back on the practice field. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're with us. We're brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com. The engagement event, the bridal event is going on right now at Lee Michaels today and tomorrow at the Lee Michaels in the Mall of Louisiana. Remember, they're not open on Sunday at the mall. So today and tomorrow, the final two, they started yesterday, today and tomorrow, great deals and specials, and a great opportunity to go try on everything. So wedding bands, engagement rings, loose diamonds, they got it all for you at Lee Michaels. Remember, the great part about Lee Michaels is because they buy for 9 stores, you get the best of both worlds. You get the selection because they're buying for 9 stores, so they're able to give you the great selection, but also the great prices because they buy in bulk. So you're going to get more of a personalized feel, almost like a boutique store that the box stores can't give you, but you're going to get the selection that you would get and the great pricing as well of a bigger store because they buy for 9 stores. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Remember, today and tomorrow, the last 2 days of the bridal event going on at Lee Michaels in the mall. So if you're engaged or going to be getting engaged, go check out Lee Michaels in the mall today and tomorrow, lmfj.com. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Texas Longhorns.
Steve Sarkisian actually joined Cam Jordan's Off the Edge podcast, and this week at South by Southwest in Austin, incidentally, gave an update on C.J. Baxter, who, according to Sarkisian, will be ready for the season opener against Ohio State on August the 30th. Said he's doing great. Of course, tore his ACL early in training camp last year, missed the season. He's one of 2 running backs lost in fall camp due to season-ending injuries, but looks like Baxter will be ready to go, on track to be ready to go for the opener against Ohio State.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
John Rothstein's reporting that Adu Theriot might practice on Friday. If he does, he'll be available for Saturday's matchup. Of course, the junior forward left the win over Missouri with 6 minutes to go in the game, didn't return due to injury. That was back on February the 22nd. John Calipari said it was a back injury, but didn't really elaborate. So Theriot expected or might be able to return Saturday against St. John's in the round of 32.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
Guard Zachary Davis plans to enter the transfer portal to play his final season of college eligibility elsewhere. Started 19 of 32 games this past season for South Carolina. Averaged 8 points, 4 boards per game. Both were career highs. Carolina's waiting on a decision from a handful of other players about pro basketball or the transfer portal. They're also waiting on an appeal for Miles Stute to see if the NCAA will grant him an additional year of eligibility. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. Should note that there were 2 baseball games in the conference played last night, and Texas A&M off to an 0-4 start in the league after dropping the opener to Vanderbilt on Thursday. And something you just hate to see. Tennessee fell in their opener in Tuscaloosa to Alabama. You just hate to see it. Liam Doyle's been really good this year. I'd argue he's been the best pitcher in the country up until this point, and just kind of unraveled on him in the second inning. They allowed a 5-spot, walked a couple of guys, hit a couple of guys. They kicked the ball. He only allowed a single and a double in the inning, but ended up giving up a 5-spot. And 6-5 was your final there. So the lesson learned, Muse, is that you lose a midweek game, your season's over, very clearly. Tennessee learned that lesson.
The evidence points so strongly to that right now. I don't know how you can look anywhere. Like, there's no contrary to that.
Wait till Texas gets punked today. I mean, they lost to UTSA earlier this week.
You know who else has lost a bunch of midweek games this year? Texas A&M. There you go.
It's over.
I mean, dude.
They do kind of stink, though. They stink.
Yeah, they can't hit the ball. It's rough.
Very surprising.
Yeah, they promoted the hitting coach, didn't they?
Yeah. Coaching matters, as it turns out.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold. But in seriousness, I am serious. I'm very glad to see Tennessee lose. They all count the same. You get 30 of them. They all count the same. And Tennessee threw up a bunch of zeros after the third inning, but the 6 held up. I think it's just, and I know it's cliche and I say it all the time, it's just, and it's nondescript, but it is hard to win on the road in this conference. It's just, you go and play in front of other people's fans, and you're looking at a different batter's eye when you're in the plate. When you're on the mound, you have a different backstop, and you're sitting in a different dugout, and there's different dimensions to the park, and some parks play differently. Like Dish Falk, this weekend in Austin, depending on what the wind's doing, that could become a bandbox. It could play massive. Kendall Rogers kind of talked about that yesterday. He said depending on what the weather is doing, expect Saturday balls could fly out of there. It's different and it's hard to do. So, I am very anxious to see LSU this weekend because we are going to learn a ton about this team going on the road to go play a true road game for the first time against the best team that you will have played up until this point in the season. So, I'm not super confident. I did pick Texas to win the series. I think the Tigers will take a game. Muse, did you make a pick on Muso at the box?
I did. I took LSU 2 out of 3.
Okay.
I did take LSU 2 out of 3.
Which 2 do you think they get, or do you have a feeling?
I think they get the first 2. What?
Go ahead.
Oh no. Okay. I think they get the first 2. I think they can set the bullpen up well enough. I trust Cade Anderson as well, and that will help in that regard. Man, Mississippi State's got a good offense. It's not great, and they lit up Jared Spencer a week ago.
That's fair.
We talk about it all the time with LSU players. He's from Indiana State. He's got great stuff. Can it translate? One weekend, it didn't translate great. Let's see what happens now. So,
Same question about Ianson.
Same question about Ianson. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, everyone's still feeling it out. Top to bottom, I think LSU's a deeper, better team. That's ultimately why I took them.
I did an interview this morning on ESPN Austin with Aaron Hogan and the gang, and they're great, by the way. They really do a great job. We got to meet Aaron last year at this past summer at SEC Media Days. He really does a great job. And the way I would sort of describe it, I think top line, I think Texas is probably better, but I think they're top heavy. I think LSU is far deeper. My gigantic concern about this game, this weekend, is the walks, because I know we've talked about it a bunch, but Schlossnagel's team's patient. They're going to work counts. They're going to draw walks. And if LSU's pitching staff has one, but look, it's great that everybody can throw 95 or better, but if you don't throw it over the plate, they're going to make, like, this is a team that can make you pay for that. Like, Missouri's not going to make you pay for it. They're not. UNO, they don't see slurves that go 5 feet off the plate. They swing at them. Like, it's just a different level. Don't give them base runners. That, I hope like hell LSU goes and wins this series. The other thing I'll say too, man, Cade Anderson was awesome last year pre-conference. What is he, a 27 in conference play? Like, can he get SEC hitters out? And please don't tell me Missouri last week. That ain't an SEC team. So I just got to see it. Like you said, we're feeling it out. This is going to be a very informative weekend. And would love to see the Tigers go take this weekend. I like LSU in Game 3 because Texas does not have a deep pen and they do not have a set third starter. So I think offensively, Game 3 is probably the day where LSU really gets going. So if they could, if they win tonight, Muse, I think they're in a great spot. But I'd love to see them split 1 and 2, and I think they win Game 3. So, if they win tonight, they get to Spencer and win and get into Texas bullpen early. Huge advantage the rest of the weekend, obviously. All right, let's knock out our final break here of hour number 1. We'll come back. Muse, Tigers and the Pros. Theriot's here in a dozen minutes. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Action Industries and the Advanced Turnaround Group. Of course, Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics, servicing the petrochemical refinery markets, all the plants up and down the river, which is such a huge part of our state and our state's economy. Action Industries, like the drill, right? You don't get hired to do work inside the fence if you don't have 2 things: an exemplary safety record, which their safety beats the industry standard, and you don't do quality work because you rely so much on repeat business, you don't get rehired if you don't do good work. Well, Action Industries has been around for 42 years. So safety and quality stands above. They also know who they are. The mega projects, the $200 million projects, that's not Action Industries. The 100-person project, that's their sweet spot. And the Advanced Turnaround Group is their turnaround division. So when it comes time for that turnaround job and you need the best efficiency, safety, you need the Advanced Turnaround Group from Action Industries.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-34.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Wrapping up hour number 1. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Ole Miss extending its lead over North Carolina. 41-23. The Rebs are up with about 2 minutes to play there in the first half. Carolina was a controversial choice to get in the tournament. Of course, they won their play-in game. And a lot of people ask the question, does that validate Carolina getting in? No, it doesn't. And this game doesn't signify anything either. The bottom line is, getting in the tournament is more about your resume and if you are worthy, not if you have talented players that are good enough to win a play-in game. Is what you put together as your resume worthy of one of the 68 bids in the tournament? For North Carolina, the answer was no. And while I do not pull for the conference, I would very, very much like to see UNC bow out here and Ole Miss advance. We'll keep you posted as it moves throughout. Maryland, Grand Canyon are underway as well. That's 5-2 early going. Vandy, they're about 5 minutes into the second half. Vandy leading St. Mary's 39-27. So a nice day so far for the conference, although Mississippi State has bowed out. All right, Muso, Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
The Paul Skeens baseball card, his MLB debut patch.
Is it done?
It is done. It is sold a record $1.11 million, including buyer's premium. That happened Thursday.
Wow.
Record paid, as we said. The previous high for a card like that was Anthony Volpe's last summer, $150K. Paul Skeens, $1.1 million.
So it was like a rookie jersey card. Was the Volpe record?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yes.
I saw like the most a Skeens card had gone for was like $170K or something like that. So this did like a 10x on the most expensive Skeens card.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a gamble, man, on a guy who's played 1 year. He's awesome, don't get me
1.1
wrong.
million.
I mean, you're betting on the upside there for sure. Look at that. Congrats, it's great.
That's awesome. Wanted to give an update on Trey Morgan. We've missed some of his games. But remember, Trey Morgan was the minor league player of the year a season ago for the Rays. He's on track to hopefully get his call up this season. And this spring has done nothing but help that. In 20 at-bats, he's hitting 300 with a homer and just 2 RBI. But 320 at-bats. I mean, Trey hits the ball, and he's continuing to do that here going forward. So that's the one we really got to keep an eye on this year for the call-up is Trey Morgan. And then Trenton Watford a night ago, 15-5 in the Nets loss. Cam Thomas did not play due to that left hamstring strain. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by Supper Club. Hey, y'all, Erica and I will be at Supper Club on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Remember, Matt, I thought you said Supper Club isn't open on Sunday.
Matt, I thought you said Supper Club isn't open on Sunday.
Well, I normally do, but they're going to open this Sunday for a special cause. This Sunday only, benefiting Fork Cancer, the American Cancer Society. So from 5 to 9:15, seatings from 5 to 9:15 at Supper Club this Sunday. Go have a great meal. 25% of every dollar spent, not of the bottom line, 25% of every dollar spent is going to Fork Cancer and the American Cancer Society. So Supper Club is doing an awesome thing. Great opportunity to check out Supper Club if you haven't yet, or to get back there. We'll see you Sunday night at Supper Club. All right, Theriot's in here for hour number 2 next.
AFR.
Weekend's upon us, y'all. You might be getting on the road. Before you do, make sure you take your vehicle to Shawbills. You need new tires, make sure you take them to Shawbills. Since the weekend's here, maybe what you do is you start at the website, ShawbillsTire.com, ShawbillsTire.com. You can find the location nearest you, then you can shop tires. There's a promotions tab there on the website. When you hit the drop down on the promotions tab, it'll show you every deal that they currently have on tires. So the bottom line is, I say this all the time, they're going to sell you the best tires on the road at the cheapest price possible. They'll combine the manufacturer's offer with their own in-house offer to make sure they get you the best price. And if you buy tires at Shawbills and then you see those tires advertised cheaper, they will refund you 125% of the difference. So you would actually come out better. It's Shawbills. They're going to sell you the best tires at the cheapest price, and they're going to treat you like family so you keep coming back forever. Find the location nearest you or schedule service at ShawbillsTire.com. Shawbills, we keep you rolling.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. In the first round of the NCAA tournament right now at the half, Ole Miss leading North Carolina 44-26. Early second half, Vanderbilt has a 39-29 lead over St. Mary's. Earlier today in Cleveland, the 2 seed in the East, Alabama, holds off Robert Morris.
Sears quickly into the forecourt. Shot, good, and the foul. Dickerson just got his 4th. And that means an opportunity at a 3-point play for Alabama. And don't look now. They've got a chance to extend this lead to 9.
On the Westwood One NCAA radio network, the Crimson Tide win it by 9, 90-81. Mark Sears with 22. Mohamed Diabate with 18. Earlier also in the West in Seattle, Colorado State, a 12 seed, knocks off the 5 seed Memphis 78-70. Kyan Evans with 23 points for the Rams. Warriors guard Steph Curry has a pelvic contusion, but an MRI shows no structural damage.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Monday, we'll have full reaction to both the men's and women's NCAA tournament. Plus, continue to be on Aaron Rodgers' watch. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
From Studio 2 at the worldwide headquarters of ESPN.
Come on through.
And the HD studio in Atlanta, Georgia.
It's Love Friday.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right.
Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the boy.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Hour 2. Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by One Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, man!
Hey, shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yes, sir. Hey! We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yo, bruh.
Yo, bruh.
What's good?
What's goody?
I got a text in the parish chat from Richard Tilley just a minute ago saying, are we announcing the giveaway? I thought we were doing that next week. Are we doing that today? I don't think the graphics are ready, anything like that. We gave away $5,000 a couple weeks ago. Remember that?
We gave away $5,000 cold hard cash. Baby.
We're upping it, so I don't think we give all the deets right now, unless if we know. But that's a good tease, I think.
Yep.
We gave away $5,000 before. We're gonna give away more cash in the next giveaway.
Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know how I'm gonna pay my kids' tuition, but you know what? Let's do it.
I got great news. Houston's in college.
More expensive.
Wait, he's on a scholarship?
Well, yeah, the
he's on a scholarship.
frat and the food and the beer. And
Macy's got an athletic scholarship.
She's going to be expensive, too.
No, she's covered. No tuition. Expensive, yes, because it's a child. It's your child. But tuition covered, housing, room and board, everything covered. Get to go eat at the Athletes Dining Hall in football ops, covered.
I got news for you,
got
Pedro.
one.
They're expensive.
You got one left. All you got is Georgie for one more year. Tuition, you just said, I don't know how much to pay my kids tuition is what you just said. So tuition, you got one more year of tuition, then you're done. Congrats. I'm fired up for you.
Thanks, bro.
Just one more year of tuition.
That's it.
Anyway, we're going to give away a lot more cash.
Yeah, next week, I guess. Next week we're going to give away the cash.
We're going to announce it next week.
Oh.
But we gave away $5,000. The next giveaway we're doing, we're giving away more cash than that, courtesy of Parish Construction and Roofing. I guess not a bad marketing plan. Just give away money to people.
I like blessing people's hearts. And this blesses their hearts and their bank accounts.
It does. How's your week going? Good week?
It's a pretty good week. The allergies, the dust in the air has got my allergies going crazy. It's allergy season. And I think the older I get, the more that impacts me. I'm a little nasally. You could probably hear it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely hear it.
Last week it was worse. I felt horrible. I don't feel bad. I'm still a little and I'm not really I'm not too snotty either. It's just swollen and feels congested. I've been doing the sauna and cold tub and all that stuff.
Got to get you on my Gary Brecka protocol, bro. Got to get you swabbed. Got to get your genetic methylation test. Got to get your supplement right, bro.
I don't know if that does anything for allergies, but
it will.
But the week has been good.
Do you always have allergies?
It's just a new thing for me. It's like the last couple years.
Yeah. So you're not allergic to anything. If you were allergic, you would always be allergic.
Yeah.
You're not clearly if this is a new thing.
That's a good point. So something's changed.
That's
that I need
what
to
I'm
supplement for.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I wasn't following that. I got it now.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
You got it?
I got it.
People are like, I'm allergic to this. Well, can you eat that thing sometimes? You can eat it sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, then you're not allergic to it.
Right.
If you were allergic, you would always be allergic to it.
So, other than that,
yeah,
I'm good. Doing really well. It's been a good week.
Good. Great. Glad to hear that.
I have a letter I'd like to share with the audience.
I'd love to.
If I can do that.
Love to hear it.
As well as yourself and Paulie and Muse, who look wonderful today, by the way. You guys look great.
We're
You're very
all
professional.
wearing long sleeve, button up, white shirts. They're wearing blue slacks. I'm wearing blue jeans. But we didn't plan this, but we're all wearing the same thing today.
Those two look great today.
I do. It's about time.
Thanks.
Hey. Well, no, he's right. You normally look like crap. Both of you guys normally look like crap.
It is true.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
Not true.
I only stepped up my game when he made fun of me for the way I look. And then I stepped up my game. I was like, you know what? He's right.
You're saying it could be a lot worse. I mean, I wear a polo and nice jeans every day.
False. I would like to make a statement. I'd like to make a statement.
I'd love to hear your statement.
I need you two guys over there behind the screens to dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
What if the job you have is the job you want?
Well, in that case, just keep looking like a slob.
Got it.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Dear athletes who feel the need to celebrate after doing something good. Those of you who know me on a personal level, Matt, you know that I tend to get excited from time to time, and I've had a hard time.
That ram took a poop.
The ram took a poop.
Oh, my God, the ram took a poop on the floor. They had to clean it up.
Oh,
never mind. It was food.
That's
it was food pebbles.
It's dog food.
It was a ram.
Like
it was food. It was food pebbles. I thought they were sweeping up poop.
Chocolate-covered raisins. Okay, Those of you who know me personally know that I tend to get a little excited from time to time. It can come close to being out of control depending on the circumstances. It's something that I've worked hard to control over the years, and I think that I've done a pretty good job of that. So if our relationship is new, say relatively the last 10 or 15 years, you probably don't know that. But as a child and young adult, I would get a little excited, but I'm better now. That being said, there isn't a better feeling than squaring up a pitch right down the middle, getting it elevated a little bit, and watching it clear the fence. A home run is a great feeling. I wasn't necessarily a home run hitter during my career, but I've hit a few in my day, and I can tell you firsthand that it feels amazing. Great feeling. That rush of adrenaline can cause the most calm folks to show some emotion. For me, a little bat flip, maybe a yell or two, was about the extent of my celebration. Actually, it wasn't a celebration at all. It was just a show of emotion from the satisfaction of doing something that I had worked so hard to do.
In the Riot Radio Hour Open, there's a yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's when you score the winning run in the World Series. It was just a big yeah.
I didn't say yeah and yell because I wanted people to look at me. It was a release of all that pent-up energy and effort.
Yeah.
I also understand the feeling of accomplishment. And I know what it feels like to suck. There's a time and a place to show emotion. In my opinion, there's never a time when you should celebrate playing while you're playing on the field. You shouldn't celebrate. Showing emotion and celebrating are two totally different things. Scoring a touchdown in a close game to put your team ahead is a cause to show emotion.
Got it.
That may look like a celebration to some. And it's not up to me, Matt, to say how you show that emotion. But shooting a fake gun at your opponent would be the last thing that I would think about when I would think about showing an emotion or celebrating.
Got it.
Okay? That's just me.
Yeah.
That's not my idea of showing emotion. Shooting guns at the opponent in their
Like
face.
handguns?
Yeah.
Or like a shotgun?
Either or.
Got it.
Okay?
Don't do that.
You only do that to show up your opponent. Or you're trying to draw attention to yourself. Yeah. There's a big difference in falling down on all fours and lifting up your leg and mimicking a dog peeing in the end zone and just spiking the ball after you score.
Yeah.
Those are two totally different things.
I love the dog peeing thing. That's so good.
The old timers would say, act like you've been there before. Well, for a lot of these athletes, they haven't been there and they don't know what it feels like. So they revert back to what they've seen others do when they score a touchdown or hit a homer or a dunk on somebody. Last week, a kid from Michigan hit a ball that got by the center fielder, rolled all the way to the wall, and he ended up on third base. I'm not sure how it was scored, whether it was a triple or an error, but he ended up there either way. Upon standing up from his head first slide, he snorted the third base line as if it was a line of cocaine and then stood up.
What are you talking about? Oh my God. He did. Oh no. Oh no. Look at this guy. What an idiot. Look at him. Look at him. Oh. What an idiot. That's what he did.
It's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what he did.
His celebration was to act like he was snorting something.
That's so good. That's the best one.
No,
I've
it's
ever
not.
seen. Yeah,
It's
it is.
horrible.
No, that's awesome.
That is not awesome.
That's
You
what
are
you
what's
do.
wrong with.
That's what
no.
you do.
So now.
That's exactly what you do. And you know the best part of it?
What? It's not exactly what you do, man.
That's a turf field. Look, it's a turf field. There's no chalk there. It's just paint on a turf field.
His celebration was act like he was snorting something.
Oh, that's so good.
Every one of the kids in the stands that saw him, they look up to him, immediately thought in their brains, how can I do that this weekend?
Do that.
How can I snort the third base line after I hit a single with 2 errors, end up on third base, and snort the third base line? That's what they all thought.
I saw a kid in high school crunch up some Sweet Tarts on his desk. He had Sweet Tarts, took a book and
yeah.
And then he snorted the Sweet Tarts. Swear to God.
In class. Not on national TV.
Well, it
For the
doesn't
world
matter
to
either
see.
way. Well, this isn't national TV. Let's be very clear. That's the Big Ten Network, which plus it's Big Ten Network Plus, which literally nobody can see.
Literally everybody has seen this. It's all over social
But
media.
you said national TV.
Okay. Well, they have.
And I
now.
hadn't seen it until just now. So you can't say literally everybody's seen it.
Okay.
But
A lot
that
of
is
people have
really
seen
good.
this. It is not.
That
It's
is
horrible.
really good.
To reach base on an error, look in the dugout, point at some scrub who doesn't play that comes up with stupid dances and do a coordinated celebration is stupid. Okay? To celebrate reaching base.
That's a Michigan man for you.
Something you're supposed to do. I've seen football players celebrate a first down.
You got a point. Let them know. You got to let them know it's
No,
a first
you
down.
don't.
Otherwise, people are confused.
Your team is down by 21.
What if
Stop
you're winning?
dancing in the end zone when you score a touchdown.
If you're winning and then you give the first, you got to let everybody know that it was a first down. You have to signal it. The ref signals it.
These kids
First
celebrate
down.
when they're losing by 21
Love
or
it so
winning by
much.
21.
I love it so much.
It is so stupid. I'm all for showing emotion, okay? Listen, I'm emotional. I think you should show emotion. But stop with the stupid celebrations. Sincerely, Ryan.
It's after further review. We'll do Kick Rocks next. Stay here.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 hour air, where they're always on time.
Or they'll give you the bird.
No, or you don't pay a dime. That's the line there. The preseason AC tune-up going on right now. You want to save $30?
Who doesn't?
Mention the Moscona special. Just like that. Boom. They give you a discount. I recommend this highly every year. I practice what I preach. I'm a member of their service club at River City's 1 hour air. When you're a member, you get the seasonal maintenance complimentary. It's part of the package. You get the AC tune-up at the heater safety check. So, like last week, 1 hour air called me to remind me, hey, it's time for your AC tune-up. Let's schedule to come out to the house. Don't go through the summer months without making sure your AC is ready to roll. So it doesn't give out this summer or future summers. River City's 1 hour air.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
It all started out growing up in a project, St. Bernard, 7 ward, packing steel objects. Brothers talking trash, cause it's all about $1. Y'all holla, y'all holla, y'all holla. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, you're right, it's alright. I'm fooling, I'ma start this. Bang, bang, boogie, boogie, boy, it's the ward. Hit straight up from the 3rd ward, hanging in the 17th. Better believe I got something to make them all scream. Feelings in the milk.
LSU and Texas tonight. Dish Falk Field and Austin TX. Tigers, first true road game, road series. First time Texas and LSU playing as conference rivals. LSU and Texas played quite a bit, as a matter of fact, as I recall.
Are we rivals?
I think in baseball.
Really?
I mean, probably. I would argue that LSU and Texas are the preeminent college baseball brands of the last 40 years. There have been other programs that have had certainly pockets of success. Oregon State, North Carolina, South Carolina won back-to-back championships. There's been really good programs that have had pockets of success. But, I mean, I think pretty consistently as far as premier baseball brands over the last 40 years, yeah. Prior to that, you look at SC when they had their long championship run under Rod Dado.
Shout out Rod Dado. No scholarship limit.
True. Mm-hmm. But everybody's playing with the same rules.
Yeah.
And he like WR Brandin at Bama. Everybody's playing the same rules. He won that era. I mean, Skip won in an era when everybody had rocket launchers in their hands. And you know what he did? He said, let's go hit a bajillion homers. And
rocket launchers and wind straw.
What a great combo. Be the best of the thing you do.
God, that was such a good era. And Oakley's and long hair and back knee and what else? They had some good stuff. Jabos. It was a good era.
Flip shades.
Creatine just hit the scene.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was eating Andro. Shrugs.
Not really sure what it was doing to you, but someone told you it could help. So
Doesn't matter.
You took it.
And what a good era in sports. Brian Bosworth.
What was a better era in sports? That era or the baggy, short college basketball era?
That was a good era, too. If you didn't have the Michigan baggy shorts and a starter jacket to match.
Bro, and the black socks.
I think that's all the same era, kind of.
That's what I'm saying. The baggy short, black socks era. Like if you were playing basketball and you didn't have baggy shorts and black socks, right? You just weren't it.
That was a good era.
It's a good time to be alive.
Good times.
You know, in 1999, LSU played a series against Texas to open the season.
We did. I remember that.
Tigers won the opener 7-5.
Kurt pitch?
And then got drubbed the next 2 days, 16-4 and then 10-4. That was at the box, the old box.
I think Kurt pitched that opening night. He did well.
You think so?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. You played in that series, didn't you?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I don't remember. I know I made a good play. I remember making a play, diving play at second base. I remember that. And then I remember we got a little get back the next year in Omaha against those guys.
2000 was great.
Yeah.
That was the...
How did I do? Tell me.
In 99?
You're kind of smirking, so I must have had a bad series.
No.
I'm a freshman. I mean, that's my first college baseball experience. Was 1 against 2, I think, or 2 against 3.
It doesn't tell me the rankings here.
It was.
I don't doubt you at all.
Yeah.
In your debut, Mr. The Ride here batted 9th. In his college debut, by the way. True freshman. First game.
Fresh off the mean streets of Broadmoor.
I mean, Broadmoor, where he struck out in your entire career.
Because
I wrote your Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame nomination. And so I went and dug into your stuff. I think you struck out like 6 times in 4 years. It was something, or maybe it was 12. It was something ridiculous.
It wasn't much.
How about our guy, debut?
It was bad.
Our guy goes 3 for 3 with a walk.
Did I really?
In his first college game ever.
My bad. Oh, my gosh. I wonder if I got the game ball. Dude, that's...
Oh, can I also throw in there as well? Our friend Mr. The Right here added a stolen base for good measure.
Dang, dude. Welcome to the show.
It wasn't flawless, however.
Uh-oh.
He did kick a ball.
Yeah.
Which you did a little bit that year.
Yeah. I did that a lot that year. Yep. And the following year, actually. I kicked a few. Dude, 3 for 3 with a bag? It's a hell of a debut, man. Welcome to the show, kid.
Game 2.
Yep.
0 for 2, and he got pinch hit for by Jeff Lapari.
He raked, though.
He went into the game at first, and they put Barbier at second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yep. And then in game 3,
I got benched.
You played every game. You didn't get benched. You started, batted 9th. 0 for 2 with a walk. And 0 for 2 with a walk.
Okay, so I was what, 3 for 7 on the weekend?
3 for 7.
With two walks?
With 2 walks.
And a bag. I'll take it all day long. Oh, that's all-American stuff. How about that?
You know who's leading off?
That game, Cedric, maybe?
He was batting 5th.
Cedric was batting 5th. Leadoff was I don't know who.
Your double playmate there in the middle infield.
Josh Dalton.
Josh Dalton was batting leadoff. Sunday went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Not super great. Didn't go well for the Tigers. 10-4 loss. You won the opener, lost the next 2. It's exciting. Like, you say you don't think they're, like, are they really rivals? I think so.
Yeah.
In baseball. I mean, I think Mississippi State obviously is because of Skip and Ron Polk, like going back to the 80s, Thunder and Lightning and all that stuff. I mean, those are the two that really forged the league ahead. But, yeah, I mean, I think LSU and Texas have had the means to play a good bit in baseball. And usually when they do, something on the line.
I remember their first baseman the following
3 for
year.
3 with a walk in his debut. Excuse me. Whatever. And a bag.
I remember the following year,
That
their
happened.
first baseman was a big-time prospect. I can't remember his last name, but he would try to step on our hands when we dove back to first base for the pickoff plays. And so we started going in without diving, shortening our leads, and just putting our shoulder right in his sternum.
So good.
Yeah, bro.
You know, that game in Omaha, it was the first game of, and you all played the last game of the first round, and it was a Sunday night game against Texas. I'm looking at it, it was 13-5. I was there. I watched, I mean, I've told you this a million times before you and I were friends, but their first baseman was Jeff Ontiveros.
Yeah.
He was 2 for 4 in that game, but Talent shoved in that game. Talent went 7 1/3 with a couple of strikeouts and a walk, 5 runs and 8 hits, but he got you into the 8th.
They pitched a guy, Bo Hale, who was a top-of-the-round, first-round guy.
Bo Hale went 5 2/3, 8 runs on 10 hits, struck out 4, walked 3.
How did I do that game, first at bat? What did I do first at bat of that game off of the first rounder?
Mr. The Riot led off, played short. This was as a sophomore, by the way. 2 for 5 in the game. The play-by-play, Mr. Theriot. Do you not remember what you did to lead off the game?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought so.
Yeah, I remember what I did.
You don't remember, which doesn't surprise me because you don't remember anything.
Nah, that guy threw 98, and it was like, okay, boys, we gotta pack a lunch pail.
Double for Theriot, single for Fontenot, first and third for Cressy, who flies out to right with the sac fly RB. Then Brad Haupt doubled for an RBI. Then Barbier homered.
Yeah.
Tigers in the first inning of that game put up a 4 spot. They were off and running all the way to the Natty. Yeah, that was a fun game.
Take that, Bo Hale.
Take that, Bo Hale, you dork. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. That's southpointvw.com. Great time this weekend to get by South Point Volkswagen in the market for a new vehicle. You know, graduation's coming up. You got a graduate coming up.
No, dude.
You need to get young Macy Theriot a car?
Yeah,
you need to get her a ride?
I do.
Ride on over to South Point. They'll have a great graduation special coming up, too. But remember, you know what you want. You want to get her something that's safe and affordable.
That's right.
That's what you want. You just talking about all the money you got to spend? Well, get her something that's safe and affordable. She wants something that's going to be fun to drive, right? Looks good, fun to drive. Get her a V-Dub. Go see my friends over at South Point Volkswagen. I'll hook you up.
I like the vans, the new van things.
The Beetle van? They got an EV, too, the EV van.
Really?
They only got like 10 of them, maybe 7.
They have one on the lot. I saw it.
Go see it, bro.
It's cool.
South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? So we were supposed to do in this segment, Kick Rocks, and next segment was going to be an LSU-Texas preview. We kind of just ate up this whole segment and talked more about the past LSU and Texas, which I thought was pretty fun. So let's break, and then we'll come back and we'll do Kick Rocks.
Okay.
All right? Come back, we'll do Kick Rocks. We got to Ask Ryan in 15 minutes, so get your questions in for Mr. The Riot. Email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways that you can get your questions in. So Ask Ryan in 15 minutes. We'll do Kick Rocks next.
AFR.
Man, I had a cool experience earlier this week. Lance and Keisha, a married couple, came in studio, and I got to record a video testimonial with them for Duplessis Builders. I tell you all the time, Duplessis, if it's pools, outdoor kitchens, your hot tub, they do amazing work. And it was so validating because the things that I talk about so much every day, to hear someone else come in and effectively reiterate all that. Keisha was very detail-oriented. She said they picked 5 builders, and they interviewed all of them. And they were, like, so impressed with Cody and Derek and the whole team over at Duplessis. They were kind of pulling for them to win the job, and ultimately they did. They knocked it out the park and built up a beautiful pool. You can see pictures. You see our whole interview on social media, but it's really the thing that we talk about. It's the commitment to being open and honest, to communicating. Here's a video of the pool that they built right there. It's gorgeous. Communicating throughout the process and building something that will last. DuplessisBuilders.net.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
You gon' do that thing, boy, please believe. If not, we'll make it hard for you to breathe.
Ole Miss up 54-36 on North Carolina. What is it, Muse? Take your shirt off, wave it like a helicopter.
Twist it around your head, spin it like a helicopter.
Spin it like a helicopter.
Petey Pablo, man.
I
Come
know,
on
it's
now.
been a long time.
All right.
It's just been a long time. What year was that? What year was that?
98.
That was in the 90s?
I think, or maybe
Was that in the
90s or
90s?
early 2000s.
You would know
2000.
this.
Petey Pablo.
Yeah, that's the 2000s.
Early 2000s.
That's a 2000s, dog.
It's a hell of a song.
I mean, we were still rocking
Song.
No Limit Cash Money in the late 90s.
what's the name of it?
Paulie, of course, Paulie would know this.
All you got to do is hit
Raise
Petey
Up.
Pablo.
Raise Up's the name of it.
Raise Up. Paulie, when was that?
I think it's early 2000s.
Oh, Paulie's got
2001.
that.
2001.
Yeah, there
He
it
was
is.
listening to that in the
There.
S10.
2001. It's been a long time.
The bazooka bass tubes
Yeah,
going
great.
in the back.
24.
Such a good
24
song
years.
there, man.
North Carolina. Anyway, they're winning right now. And Maryland's playing the Grand Canyon Antelopes.
Yep.
And Maryland's running them out the gym right now. All right, it is after further review. We missed it last segment. Let's do it right now. If you don't like Petey Pablo, you can kick rocks. That one.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
A perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah, okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
I think you can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
I hadn't been feeling well for the last couple weeks, and I've been shooting nose spray up my nose, and I think I've overdosed. I think I've overdosed on nose spray. It's caused my sinuses to swell, and now I talk all nasally because I've OD'd on nose spray because it feels so good when it goes in. So I want nose spray to kick rocks
Kick rocks.
for getting me hooked.
Have you ever seen the Nate Bargatze Afrin bit?
Nope. Is it good? Is it so good?
So good. Well, you haven't seen it, so it's not worth it.
Yeah,
It's only good.
that's okay.
Anyway, he does a bit where he talks about his dad, who's been taking Afrin for every day for 40 years. No one's gonna tell me I can't take Afrin in my own home. Anyway, if you've seen it, you know it's like Muse is laughing because Muse, yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's
no,
good.
it's really good.
It's way better than the stupid guy you send me TikToks of all the time. What's that? The stupid guy? Who's the stupid guy that I hate that you love? You send me TikToks all the time.
Theo.
He's
not stupid.
Theo. He's so stupid.
No, he's good too.
He's awful.
He's good
You have never sent me one thing of his ever that I've laughed at. Not one ever. It is so contrived, and he is trying so hard to fabricate this character. It is so unauthentic and contrived and awful. There's a lot of people who like him, so good for him. He's got a huge following. I get it. There's nothing he has ever done that I thought is funny. Like, not once have you ever sent me something where I've laughed. Not once, ever. Ever.
I don't know that I've ever watched a clip of Theo Vaughn that I haven't laughed.
And that's why art is in the eye of the beholder. Comedy, music, theater, movies, whatever. Radio shows. Some people think I'm the worst ever. But here I won another LAB today. Look, my bad. Sorry. Best sports show 8 times. Okay. Whatever.
You know what else could kick rocks?
They keep syndicating us in markets, and we've done well. But some people think I'm the worst ever. That's just what it is. You just go live life. Do your show. If people like it, great. If they don't, okay. I'll just go do another show tomorrow until y'all tell me to stop.
Congratulations on the award. I'm proud of you guys. You know what else can kick rock? When you spend $120 on 4 pounds of crawfish and they're not good.
Hate when that
Kick
happens.
rock.
Go to Rouse's.
No, yeah, it could happen anywhere, though.
Yeah.
There could be a bad batch. This isn't particular to anybody.
Yeah.
It's not like you can just try it out, though. You're going to spend a ton of money on the crawfish, but sometimes they're not great. Like, even when you boil at home, maybe
I don't know,
the
man.
batches taste a little different. Like, for me, the second or third batch is always better.
It's always better. Well, it's because you got it in the seasoning.
That's
longer.
right.
Of
So
course.
maybe I
always wait for the second.
Maybe I got the first batch, and I paid a ton of money. It's not necessarily their fault. It's going to get better as the day goes on, but that really can kick rocks. That really sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
Get on down the road
That's
and
a thing.
kick rocks.
And then last, LSU men's basketball program's not going to go play in the NIT. I'm going to tell those guys to kick rocks.
Kick
I'm gonna
rocks.
tell the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
The
All
whole
of it.
program, top to bottom, can kick rocks.
Yeah. You going to give them a bunch of money for NIL for next year?
And I love basketball.
I know you do.
I really enjoy
You got
it.
all kinds of money.
Here's the deal. I'm not supporting that program until they hire Jonathan Pixley as the head coach. Okay? I'm just being real. The most qualified person to take that team to the Final Four is Jonathan Pixley. He is the coach, the best coach possible for LSU basketball, and they need to bring him on tomorrow.
Can you imagine? You mean as the head coach or just as an assistant?
As the head coach.
Can you imagine the melt if they fire Matt McMahon and hire a coach that's never coached in college? I love Pix too, by the way. Like,
he'd win.
Pix is my guy. He's a stud.
He'd win.
He'd recruit. I get it.
He'd recruit.
But you know
he'd motivate.
You know, like the perception, though, right?
I don't care about perception.
I understand you don't.
I'm
But
gonna tell you
when
what the
hires
perception
are
is now.
made, perception matters.
Here's the perception now. When they walk in the gym, they're going to lose.
Yeah,
That's the
no doubt.
perception now.
No doubt.
It can't get any worse.
No doubt. They stink.
Spend $5 million on
That's
NIL. Good luck.
That's what they're about to do.
I might as well take that $5 million and throw it in a bonfire. Give me the $5 million. Stink.
I'll just take one of the
Need
million.
to hire Jonathan Pixley. He's the guy. He'd do the job for $500,000. We'd save some money there. I'll talk to him. Maybe $750 in a car.
Get Pix on staff. Let's go. $750 in a car.
$750 in a car. You got Pix. 5-year deal. Lock him up. Watch that thing turn around. Telling you, man. Somebody get Woody on the phone. Watch me work.
Kick Rocks is brought to you by Ruckus. Ruckus103.com. By the way, check them, dog.
Yeah, those are clean, bro.
Check, Paul. Can you get that, Paulie? Can you get that right here? Check them. Jordan 4s. Little Carolina blue on the bottom. On the heel. What'd you think? Jumpman logo on the tongue.
Yeah, you're bad. My bad.
Bro, I set my alarm. So Ruckus released these a few weeks back on a Saturday. I set my alarm for 6:59 a.m. so I could wake up because they went live at 7 a.m. on the website. So I set my alarm for 6:59 a.m. so I could wake up and buy them. Got them.
Got him.
I got them. Look, you want something? You got to sacrifice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it, bro.
Something that's worth having, you got to sacrifice for it. That's how life goes. Ruckus103.com. You got anything to say?
How about the baby blue SBs I got?
I'm so mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm happy for you.
Oh,
Let me redirect my energy. I'm happy for you.
Actually, I think they're called University Blue SBs.
I'm disappointed I didn't get them, but I'm happy for you that you did.
They are so good. Ruckus 103. Go check them out.
Ruckus103.com. Lafayette, too.
It's the best shoe store in the world.
In the world. Ruckus103.com. Baton Rouge, Lafayette.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you think all the guys playing the NCAA tournament got their shoes at Ruckus? Should.
There's a guy on what's the team that's playing? The Grand Canyon who has crystals on his feet, on his shoes.
Crystals?
Like Swarovski crystals on his
Oh,
shoes.
really?
There is.
Swarovski
crystals.
How do you say that?
Yeah, it's number. Yeah, and he stinks, but he's got on.
Yeah, he does.
Bedazzled shoes.
So good. All right, if you got questions for Theriot, we're getting to Ask Ryan next, so you can email us, you can tweet us, you can text us your question, the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Just joining us, big news today, the New Orleans Saints have reunited with Brandin Cooks, former first-round pick, 2-year, $13 million deal. What?
Okay, I like that. I liked him. He's a good player. I liked him.
He's 31 years
It's
old.
okay. He's a veteran presence.
He's coming off the worst season of his career where he played in 10 games, averaged 10 yards a catch, career lows in games played, yards per catch, receptions and receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns.
He's going to be okay.
Now he's coming here at 31 to join up an old-ass expensive roster on a 2-year, $13 million deal. Oh, by the way, he's a one-trick pony that all he does is go deep.
Yeah.
He's just coming off a career low of average yards per reception. And oh, by the way, you've got Rashid Shaheed, who's also the small receiver that all he does is go deep, who's better than him right now on the roster. What in the hell are you bringing Brandin Cooks back here for?
The veteran presence in the locker room.
Yeah, you know what you can do? You can get a veteran for a veteran minimum for that, not a 2-year, $13 million deal for a dude that's in the twilight of his career.
Yeah, but they saved some money on the restructure.
No,
they're going to be okay.
No, that's the problem.
Oh.
They restructured contracts, kicked money into future years to free up money to be able to do stupid things like this, like go spend $13 million on Brandin Cooks at 31 years old to do the same thing that to do the same thing worse than what you're paying Rashid Shaheed less to do. This organization's such a dumpster fire. Kick rocks, Mickey Loomis.
Man.
He's the worst general manager. He's the worst general manager in football. Not even close. Like, there are awful organizations, but I can even look at Cleveland and say, you know what, Cleveland? You've tried. You did a deal to bring in Deshaun Watson, who was in his prime, and everybody thought was awesome. Saints were in that sweepstakes.
Yeah.
You didn't get him. They went all in. And lo and behold, he was a creeper, doing dirty things in massage.
Yes.
In massage therapy. And then he keeps getting hurt. You took your shot.
And they got a good defense, too.
They do have a good defense. Yeah. Got Myles Garrett. Got a good defense. Saints, what do they have?
We're going to get
old-ass players, bro, on bad contracts. That's
Jackson Dart, dude. Jackson Dart. I can't wait to get him.
Go draft Jackson Dart at number 9. Yeah, right. Sure. Be on par with this organization. They don't take a freaking quarterback in the first round for 50 years, and then they go pull the trigger on Jackson Dart at number 9. Yeah. Bingo. That's what you need to do. Nail
it. The next Drew Brees.
It's AFR.
After further review.
Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Remember that. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Yourgoodwood.com. I get it. Funny name, funny logo. You laugh at the logo all the time. The little steeple on the wood right there.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you know what it means. But the point is, it's just a way to bring levity to a situation that a lot of men are uncomfortable talking about. What I'm here to tell you is
what situation?
Hormone replacement therapy and ED. Look, if you got ED, you know you got ED. They have lots of different ED treatments, okay? They have, you could certainly get pills if you need that, but there's other treatments they have you can explore. But really, the overwhelming majority of the business is on hormone replacement therapy because this is something that literally affects everyone as we age. So you want to feel like you did when you were in your 20s? You can do it safely and affordably. Simple blood tests can let you know if you're a candidate. And you get your results in the office right there. yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
We might have to make the world premiere of the new Don Juan Cigar Bar commercial in the next hour.
Okay.
Remember I told you a couple weeks ago I went to Don Juan and I had to go do a video. Do you remember that music? You might not.
No, I remember.
It was a Thursday.
Yeah, we talked
I had to go
about
to
it.
Don Juan. I had to. I'm in there
with the fake.
Yeah, yeah.
I was here.
So I had to light the cigar.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. The first round continues in the men's NCAA tournament. Right now, less than 5 minutes to go. And North Carolina, who trailed by as many as 22, now trails by just 4 against Ole Miss, 63-59. For the second day in a row, a 12 seed beats a 5 seed. This time in the West Regional.
Jalen Crocker-Johnson handed off to Lake. Up top it goes to Clifford. Clifford dribbling left. Jumps the pass left corner. Lake wide open 3-ball. Got it! Jalen Lake with 12. 71-61. Rams have matched their largest lead.
The call on the Westwood One NCAA radio network. Colorado State beats Memphis 78-70. Kyan Evans leads the way for the Rams with 23 points, including 6 threes. Other finals today, St. Mary's beats Vanderbilt 59-56. The Gales come from 12 down in the second half. Iowa State rips Lipscomb 82-55. ESPN has learned VCU coach Ryan Odom is the front runner for the Virginia head coaching
Radio
job.
is presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. It flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right.
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Let me find out you wearing Spanx to hide your gut.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Down One Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You so. Hey! Theriot. We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. We are 2 hours away from first pitch. LSU-Texas. Game 1 of that 3-game series. Ben Mintz in about 17 minutes from right now. He'll be with us at 5:20 Central to give our picks. Muse was 2-1 last week. I was 2-0. One of my games got canceled. What was Mincy? Were you weren't here Friday? Were you? What was Mincy?
Mincy was 2-1 as well.
So Mincy was 2-1. So 2-1, 2-1, 2-0. So we're all dishing out winners here. So Mincy will be here in a bit. Ole Miss, a little bit of a nail biter now. They were comfortably ahead of North Carolina. It's a 4-point game. Rebels leading 63-59 with under 4 to play. Carolina's got the ball in a bit of a run out here. So we'll keep an eye on that as it goes along. The rest of the day, as we look at some of the scores around the NCAA tournament, the finals from today, I'm sure most people are following along, but just in case you're not, Mississippi State lost to Baylor by 3. St. Mary's rallied and beat Vanderbilt.
Wow.
59-56. Outscored the Doors by 10 in the second half. So St. Mary's avoids the upset. They get the win there. A couple of SEC teams shown the door. Colorado State, a 12-5 upset a lot of people had predicted. People very high on Colorado State. 78-70 was the final there. Iowa State blows out Lipscomb. Alabama beats Robert Morris by 9. Duke blew out Mount St. Mary's 93-49. And then the games in progress. We just mentioned North Carolina. And then Maryland leading Grand Canyon 46-32. So a 14-point lead there with about 16 minutes to play. Tonight, you got Florida taking on Norfolk State, Kentucky against Troy, Marquette against New Mexico in a 7-10 matchup, Arizona against Akron later tonight as well. Akron's a good squad. Arizona's a 14.5-point favorite. That was one of Hester's picks on Pick and Roll, I believe, was Akron with the points. And if you're not familiar, Pick and Roll is Hester's picks on LouisianaSports.net. Oklahoma-UConn tonight in an 8-9 matchup. You got Michigan State, Bryant later, as well as Oregon against Liberty. So tons of basketball. If you want to dive in, you'll have LSU baseball tonight as well. So you watching a lot of the tournament?
I've been watching a little bit. Watched last night. Wouldn't say a lot, but I have been watching a little bit. Fired up for McNeese.
I know you love basketball. Or, like, do you do – I mean, nobody really cares about anybody's bracket, but do you have a strong feeling in the tournament who you like to win the whole thing?
No, I don't have a strong feeling.
Okay.
I've been following, obviously, all the SEC teams, but I would love to see Houston win. I have watched them a couple times this year. I like their pace that they play at, and they got a little edge to them. So Houston's fun to watch. If I did a bracket, I would have probably picked them. I did not do a bracket this year.
Really good defensive team with Kelvin Sampson's squad. We'll see how they do. I don't know if they can score enough to win it. I picked Auburn. I get it. Their number one overall seed. It's very chalky, but
not playing great.
They're not playing great. They lost 3 or 4, but I do think they're the best team in the country. And you get a little time to decompress, get healthy, get right. You'll have a good draw. So we'll see how they do. What about the women's side? I know you're a gigantic Kim Mulkey supporter, and you love the women's basketball team. They got San Diego State tomorrow night, and then they'll get the winner of Florida State, George Mason.
Yep. I mean, I think LSU's got a pretty good bracket, a decent path. Notre Dame is a sneaky one to watch, I think, this year. And then USC's a fun team to watch too. I wouldn't be shocked to see LSU make a little run at it this year. This is obviously a big question mark with Flage. And it's weird, man. Kim just hasn't quite gotten the bigs that she normally had. I mean, if you look back at her Baylor team, she always had some forces down in the paint, but she just hasn't had it. I think that's what's hurting them, man. We got a lot of good guards, but really nobody to move bodies.
Well, it's funny, not funny, haha, but just Del Rosario was supposed to be that, and then they went in the portal and got Jersey Wolfenbanger from Arkansas. So I mean, it's they tried. It's kind of like I know there's like Kansas, the men's team that just got bounced. They were preseason number 1 in the country, ended up a 7 seed, and then lost to Arkansas in the first round. People are like, well, what happened to Kansas? Well, they went into the portal, but they just missed.
Yeah.
I mean, they spent money, and just some of the players they signed, they just missed. And that happens. I mean, it's the challenge of trying to build a new team every year through the portal. Yeah. If you miss on guys, I mean, look at Florida State in football this past year. They went and got DJU to be their quarterback. Well, he stunk, and they stunk. They lost Jordan Travis and their whole team from the year before, where they hit on all those guys, right? They hit on Braden Fisk. They hit on all the players in that portal class when they were undefeated. But you miss, that's your real challenge in this era. So
talking about the portal, do you ever see a contract type setup coming?
No, because now you're talking about employment, and we can talk about semantics all you want. So you can say, oh, well, they are employees. That's fine. But what you're talking about specifically, contractually, like the courts have routinely turned down those attempts. Remember the players from Northwestern years ago tried to unionize, and maybe it's changed now with rev share. They might change some of that verbiage. I don't think that's going to happen.
Because you're never going to see the that scenario you just played out with the portal. It won't change until the kids have to stay for at least 2 years or 3 years or whatever it may be, Or in John Emery's case, I mean, he could have signed a 7-year deal. Dude could have been loaded. Think about that for a minute.
Kind of like baseball players that sign 7-year contracts. It's all guaranteed, and they're not any good.
Yeah.
Like the deal Albert did with L.A. or Anaheim.
The deal that everybody did that signed a long-term deal?
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah. Never works.
A-Rod, 10 years, $250.
Soriano. 8 years, 1 whatever it was.
Except, the interesting thing really about
but when they let the guys juice, that wasn't the case. You had Roger Clemens throwing 105 when he was like 44.
That's natural. What's your point?
I mean, if you want it to work out, just let him juice.
How much did the Dodgers pay the new guy from Japan? Forgive me. What's his name?
Shohei?
No, not Shohei. The one this year. I'm trying to look up their roster.
Ichiro?
Do you know the guy's name? They just signed the next.
Oh, the pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, he pitched for him against the Cubs.
No,
you could say Suzaki.
No,
it's
Roki. Golly.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I got him. Suzuki.
Sasaki, Roki
Suzuki.
Sasaki, something like that.
Ichiro Suzuki.
Got it. Ichiro Suzuki, so stupid. But no, the Ohtani thing is interesting because everybody sort of melted over that contract. You have the $700 million.
Roki Sasaki, that's what it is.
Roki Sasaki. Got it. I'll get it in time. I just don't care enough to know what the guy. I mean, they'll win the World Series again this year, and we'll all know his name. But whatever. I have a friend that works for the Dodgers, oddly, and this person told me that they have already paid for in revenue the Ohtani contract with the TV money they made from Japan. So they have like a Japanese market TV deal in the same way that like think the Pelicans have their deal like they used to have with Bally. Now they have with the local gray media. That's right. The Gulf Coast Sports, whatever they call it. So the Dodgers have a TV deal in Japan, and the revenue they made in year one from that has already paid for the Ohtani.
That's
contract.
crazy. Keep signing them.
Right. Yeah, right? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All right, it's After Further Review brought to you by Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding. Oh, yeah, they do shutters as well. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Brandon, Holly, and the gang, they're awesome. Ryan and I are both customers, have multiple times over the years, and you can attest to this. When we say lifetime transferable warranty on labor, material, and glass breakage, they mean it. You break a window, they'll come replace it for free. There's other companies that may talk about a warranty. Ask yourself this question. How long has that company been around? How long will they be around? So is it a true lifetime transferable warranty? With Relief Windows, you don't have to worry about that. Like, it's a true lifetime warranty. So, yeah, you're going to pay more. They'll never be the cheapest. If you want to go get 5 bids, 10 bids, whatever it is, to see who's going to give you the cheapest price, that will never, ever, ever be Relief Windows. It can't be because of the quality of the product, the quality of the service after the sale they offer. Like, they have a true service department. They're not taking their measure techs to go service your windows. The measure techs measure. The installers install. The service crew members go on service calls. When you do the volume Relief Windows does, you have to have the people, and so that's what you pay for. But you're going to have an exceptional customer service experience, a beautiful result. You're going to be thrilled, and a lifetime transferable warranty. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right. Mincy's going to be here coming up in about 8 minutes. We'll do our picks. We want to give a preview of LSU and Texas. Do you want to give me we'll do a full preview of LSU, Texas, like at the bottom of the hour. We get to ask Ryan to wrap up. But do you want to give me a thought if I asked you like a 10,000-foot bird's eye view of LSU so far here through 1 week of SEC play, your thought on this team right now? Things you like, things that you maybe still have questions?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Saturday and Sunday, I love this team. I mean, I do. I think LSU has an advantage on every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Question mark is, for me at least, is Friday. Now, last week I did see some 94s and 95s, but that's really at this point my only real question would be what happens Friday. In other words, if they win tonight, I think they sweep the series. I feel good about them sweeping the series. Okay. So that's pleasantly surprising and a good feeling. And then the revolving.
Why? Because you like Ianson and Shores?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I like the bullpen.
Neither one of those guys made it out of the fourth last week against the worst team in the conference.
I like them. I think Chase Shores is the best Sunday pitcher in the country. And I think he's going to only get better and better and better. And I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up pitching on Saturdays toward the end of the year.
Okay.
But he's going to get better. And then the only question mark is third base. There needs to be some stability there. Okay. I don't like the revolving door.
Which if I said, you had to pick one now, would you go Braswell or would you go Reeves?
I'd probably go Reeves today.
Higher ceiling?
Yeah, I just think he does a little bit more. Look, man, Braswell was awesome. I would consider him in the DH at sometimes. I mean, he can help you win some ball games. He did great last year. I like the other kid.
All right, we'll go deeper dive into LSU, Texas here in about 15 minutes. Mincy will be here. We'll give you our picks. We'll also do Ask Ryan to wrap up the hour. Get some questions in. We're watching the tournament games. Ole Miss hanging on here. They're up 2 with 1:07 to go. We'll let you know how that one finishes. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. When you stop and think just about the sheer volume for a second, this is all you need to know. So in their existence, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys has helped more than 10,000 Louisiana residents, and they've done and collected more than $3 billion in damages for their clients. Billion with a B. So if you've been injured and you need someone to represent you who's been there, done that, seen everything, like literally everything. And I'm not, yes, Gordon is known as like the big truck lawyer, but it's not just big truck or auto accidents. It's everything from workers' comp and maritime and everything. You've been injured. It's not your fault. They've seen it all. They've represented it all, and they've done right by their clients. So go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com, get Gordon, and get it done.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Rolling along here, 5 o'clock hour Friday, AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Ole Miss hit a big 3, and looks like they're going to close this thing out. Rebs are now up 7. That was a 2-point game right there with under a minute to play. Now Rebs have stretched that lead. They're up 7 with 25 seconds to play. Carolina miss, Ole Miss rebound. That should just about do it. Ole Miss up 7 going to the line with 21 seconds to play. So it looks like Ole Miss is going to get the win there. Chris Beard. You know, you were talking a little bit about how fired up you are for Will Wade and McNeese. You know, Beard is another one of those guys that was fired because of, you know, off the court things, was sort of seemingly ostracized. And Ole Miss said, screw it, we'll take a flyer.
Yeah.
He's a great coach. I mean, he was at Texas, got Texas Tech to the national championship game, and now he's got Ole Miss in the playoffs here in the tournament as a 6th seed. And they're going to go win this game and bounce North Carolina and move on to the round of 32. You sort of ask the question, how much do you factor in the morality clause and things like that, or guys that have a checkered past, or is it just about winning? I mean, because they say, look, I mean, Rick Pitino is a guy that's had a championship vacated.
Yep.
They were found guilty of, not guilty, it wasn't a legal case, but like they were buying prostitutes for recruits. He was a married guy who was having sex in a back room at a restaurant with someone who wasn't his wife. I mean, not a great dude.
Not the best.
Great basketball coach.
Yeah.
It's won everywhere he's been, and now he's got St. John's as a 2 seed.
Yeah, not the best guy.
So,
not the best human. Good hair.
Guys, how old is 70? Wow, he's in his 70s now, Pitino.
Good lettuce, bro.
Still got better hair than me, you know what I mean?
You know,
Pitino's 72.
yeah, I think there's always going to be the what if deal with Will Wade, and it just stinks that that it happened when it happened, and he had so much momentum built in our area, a lot of support from the locals, and the things was going in the right direction, and it sucks. I mean, it sucks.
I don't know, man. I don't want to. I'm not going to go off on the whole Wade situation again. I did it yesterday. I'm not. I'm used to laughing because I said I wasn't, and I started yelling yesterday. I'm just tired of litigating the whole thing. What's interesting though is there was this perception of Will when he was here. It's funny how there's like this revisionist history and this sort of selective memory. One of the criticisms LSU fans had of Will Wade when he was here was that he was not an X&O coach. Like that was a thing that was very consistent. Great recruiter, motivator, all that stuff. Wasn't a good X&O coach. Like that was the whole narrative on Will when he was here. And people have seemingly forgotten that. But look, I love the guy personally as a basketball coach, all the stuff. I want him to go crush it wherever he is. But I understand why it had to happen the way it did.
You know what, bro? Give me the biggest sleazeball out there. Let's just go win some games.
I mean, everybody has baggage.
Who was the coach on Blue Chips?
Give
me that.
Nick Nolte.
Give me that guy. Give me Nolte. Let's go make it happen.
I mean, I don't remember the character's name, but he had Neon Badeau, that was Shaq, was Neon Badeau. So good.
Give me that guy. Well, let's just go win some games. Let's do it.
Wasn't Vernell Singleton in that as well?
Maybe.
I think he was, yeah. All right, Mincy's with us. How are you, Mincy? Oh, yeah, hit the thing, Muse. Hit the thing. Wait, hang on, Mincy. Hang on. Hit the thing, Muse. Do you have it ready? All right, hit it, Muse.
It's time to cash some tickets. Let's
All right,
preview the
whatever,
college
whenever you're
baseball
ready.
weekend with Ben Mintz and Barstool Sports, presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook.
No, we're 6 weeks into the baseball season, Muse? Is that where we are? Anytime
and we played that for the very first time last week.
And so you've had a full week to send it off to Amanda to get her to voice it.
We'll get it sent off.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It'll happen.
We'll have it ready for Omaha.
No.
Mincy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing, man. You know I'm doing awesome, dude. I mean,
that's why you're late. I was like, where the hell is Mincy? What's he doing? Watching the end of Ole Miss.
Yeah, dude. Rebs, Ole Miss 71, Carolina 64. Ole Miss was up 20, and Carolina came all the way back.
Yeah, we got it. We got it on in studio. We were watching. That was crazy. When it was a 2-point game, I'm like, are they going to blow this?
Dude, Sean Padula just set 3, man. That dude's got balls to steal. But, Ole Miss, though, man, I mean, hadn't won an NCAA tournament game since 2013. Hadn't been in the tournament since 2019. So, I mean, just awesome what Chris Beard's doing. And Iowa State Sunday, I mean, I think it's possible, 3C, I think that's a pretty good draw.
Before you came on, when Muse was calling you, we were just kind of having the convo about, with Will Wade, and that guy like Beard's another guy with a checkered past who was left unceremoniously at Texas when he was fired. And Ole Miss kind of said, bleep it. I don't care if he's a sleazeball. We'll hire him because he can win. And, Theriot was saying, I don't care. Give me the biggest sleazeball. It's about winning. I mean, that dude is a great coach. That's not even debatable. He had Texas Tech in the national championship game. He was going to win big at Texas, and I think he's going to win big at Ole Miss.
Man, hey, at Ole Miss, we're forgive and forget kind of Christians, I mean,
the Bible Belt's so good.
Man, no, but I've gotten to know Beard a little bit, and I like him, man. He's a super intense guy. But, man, he's the best basketball coach in school history. You're talking about, not a lot of great tradition in Ole Miss basketball. And, I'll tell you this, Matt, you know it really well, too. Man, basketball, we talk about NIL and football all the time, but what you're seeing in basketball, why you got the SEC having 14 teams in the tourney, is everybody's got the NIL budget, and Ole Miss went out and spent a ton of money and has a really old team with like 4 or 5 seniors playing huge minutes. And so you've got a lot of experience. And I don't know, man, I'm just really pumped. I can't believe that, Ole Miss basketball just, like I said, it's the first time in the second round since 2013. So historic moment and a lot to be fired up about. And I heard y'all talk about Will Wade on here. Man, I've gotten to know Will really well the last 2 years. And right when he got hired by McNeese, I was down with him at the LeBaron's Lake Charles Sportsbook. And, man, it was right when he got hired. We were watching the NCAA tourney together, and he was fielding calls trying to get transfers from the sportsbook. It was unreal.
So good. No, he's great, man. He's a tireless worker, and he will thrive in this era. Like, a lot of coaches don't like this era. Will Wade ain't scared of this era. The NIL portal stuff, he embraces it fully, and he's going to crush it. He's just going to do what he's got to do and whatever the rules. It says, tell me the rules, and we'll go win. So
and the other thing with Will too, what made me love Will so much was as I've gotten to know him the last couple of years. The day I got fired from Barstool in May of 2023, Will Wade sent me a text that night that he too knew what it was like to be misunderstood, and I'm telling you, I've never laughed harder in my entire life.
He has he has certainly embraced he's embraced his past. He's not running from it. It's what it is. I was doing the podcast with Pix a few years ago, the Rags to Riches. We did an NIL podcast, and Will came on with us. And I asked him, I said, do you ever think about how different your life would be if NIL was allowed while you were at LSU? He goes, yeah, I'd still be coaching there right now. It'd be a hell of a lot different. I mean, it's, he's great. He's just awesome, man. Anyway, all right, Mitzi, let's get to it, man. Last week, you were 2-1. Muse was 2-1. I was 2-0. My third game got canceled. I had the under in that West Virginia game. That was, the 17.5 total. The game didn't get played. So, anyway, 2-1, and then 2-0 for me. So we'll roll through 3 games. You know the drill. Mincy, you want to fire away first? Go ahead.
I'm going under 12.5 in Ole Miss, Missouri, because Hunter Elliott's pitching tonight. That's a big number on a Friday.
All right, under 12.5. Muse, what you got?
Going to Tuscaloosa, and I'm taking the under there between the Vols and the Tide, 11.5. Marcus Phillips has been awesome for Tennessee, and Riley Quick, man, he's up to 100 for Bama. I think they can stifle those lineups a little bit tonight.
This was going to be my second, but I'll give it first just to piggyback there. I like Tennessee on the run line. I'm going to lay the 1.5 runs. It's at -120. I think Tennessee, big bounce back tonight. Look, Tennessee had one throw up on yourself inning last night, and it cost them the game, but I like Tennessee and a big bounce back after losing 2 in a row. So I'll lay the 1.5 with the Vols tonight in Tuscaloosa. Mincy, what you got? Second one.
Second one, I'm going Texas against LSU plus 124. I just think it's a really good price. It's a home dog with Spencer, that lefty ace throwing tonight. I mean, that's not an indictment of what I think of LSU baseball. I just think, plus 124 at home with your ace going. I got to take it.
Mincy, I'm kind of on an island in this one, man. Muse picked LSU 2 out of 3. Theriot said he thinks or hopes that LSU will sweep this weekend. I picked Texas to win the series. I would love to see the Tigers go get game 1. If they do, I think they got a great shot to win game 3, split the next 2. But your logic is right, man. You got a lefty ace on the mound and plus money at home. Yeah, that ain't a bad play. Muse, what's your second?
This one's about to start, so get it now. Yep. But I'm taking Auburn, road dog, plus 120 at Kentucky. They cashed for me last week. I'm taking them again.
My standard auto play, I look at the board, say what's the biggest total, and play the under. That is 15 tonight in TCU and Texas Tech. So TCU, Texas Tech, under 15. Can't tell you a damn thing other than that. It's the biggest number on the board. I'm going under. Mincy, what's your third one?
I'm going under 10.5 in Mississippi State, Oklahoma. I like that Oklahoma. Yeah, I like that Oklahoma 8, that Witherspoon. They got those 2 brothers, top of the rotation. I just think this is like the Friday, the best pitchers going. I hadn't really been impressed with Mississippi State's offense either, so I think it's going to be a lower scoring game.
All right, Muse, your third one?
I'm going to take a chance here and go out west to Nebraska and USC. The total is set at 10, which is, the perfect number from Vegas because each team averages 5 runs per game. But with Friday night guys on the bump, 2 rough offenses, I'll take under 10 in that one.
Did that camera get bumped again? It's like half the wall. I'll fix it in the break. All right, my last one. I'm going to take Sam Houston at home on the money line, -115 against Louisiana Tech. Team we got a little familiarity with. LSU played him out in Frisco earlier this year. So, going to be Sam Houston at home on the money line, laying 115 against Tech. Mincy, what else you got going on, man?
Man, so I'm actually in my old stomping grounds of Bossier City, Louisiana.
Nice.
I'm at a DraftKings opening at the new live casino, and I got to say, Bossier City stepping up the casino game, man. This is by far the nicest one I've ever seen here. I'm hanging out with Sports and Social, having a really good time for March Madness. It's been awesome. I'm going to say this now. If Will Wade and McNeese pull it off tomorrow against Purdue, I'm going to Indy for the Sweet 16. I got to be there to support it. But I'm going to be watching that close. And then, I'm the Ole Miss thing too, man. I can't believe, would love to see the Rebs make a run. Just firing on DraftKings, having a great time. I will say, Matt, it's a lot more fun when I come back to Shreveport Bossier now. I've had 3 TV interviews already, man. We've come a long way. I feel like they just different film crews keep showing up here. I was like, man, this is, it's a crazy world we're living in, that's for sure.
Mincy's a superstar rolling around Shreveport Bossier, Chicago, Indy, wherever he goes. All right, man. It's always good to chat. We'll talk to you next week wherever you are in the world.
Heck yeah, man. Please, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. Thinking of buying land?
Yeah, every day.
Well, you should call First South Farm Credit. Actually, you have done that.
I've called them. Yeah, they were my first call.
I connected you with Tim, right?
Mm-hmm.
How'd it go?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It went great. Yeah.
Good dude.
There was a lot that I didn't understand about buying property. I bought a few houses in my time, but never property. And it's a lot easier than I thought it was.
It's different buying land than buying a residential home. So the reason you want a land lender is because that's what they do. It's all they've done since 1916 is help people buy land. So if you're thinking of buying land to build your family's dream home, a recreational property, tired of sharing a hunt lease, you want your own, this is the time to work that. Maybe a lot of people who buy land already own land. So take some of the equity you have in your current property, roll it into purchase that new property. Your first call, no matter what it is, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Go to firstsouthland.com. That's firstsouthland.com. All right, we got to. We'll run through some final thoughts on LSU and Texas. In 15 minutes, we'll do Ask Ryan. So make sure you're here for that. Get your questions in for Theriot. Email us, tweet us, text us 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. And I'll show you the debut of our Don Juan commercial.
Ooh, okay,
that?
yeah.
I'll do that when we come back next. All right, stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Weekend's upon us. Of course, the Watermark Hotel, Renaissance Hotel. Love telling you always about them. Watermark Downtown, Renaissance Southtown. Maybe you're knocking off work. Pop on into the Renaissance. They got Tallulah right there. At Tallulah, they do have TVs above the bar. So you're sitting at the bar, like above the bar back right there. You can see the flat screens, watch some of the games if you want to get in there. They've done a great job curating their whiskey list at Tallulah. Have some dinner. Tallulah inside the Renaissance. Remember, this isn't just a hotel restaurant. This sort of heat and eat type stuff. They are a chef-curated menu that's a casual, upscale dining experience. And when the weather's gorgeous, they have this great indoor-outdoor flow there at Tallulah. So when you kind of walk through the double doors from Tallulah into their outdoor space, they've got patio seating out there. They've got this awesome semicircle, sort of bar top with a fire pit that you're looking at. The ambiance is great. Check it out if you're looking for something to do tonight. If you're going to be in the area over on Bluebonnet, check out Tallulah right there at the Renaissance Hotel.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Are you ready? The world premiere. I need to sip that more. I'm gonna have more water bottle.
I'm ready.
All right, so a few weeks ago, we'll get to Ask Ryan here in a sec. Well, actually, in about 10 minutes, Ask Ryan. We'll give you our series keys for LSU in Texas. A few weeks ago, I was at Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. Great spot. It's where T-Bob and I are for whiskey and wine every year after every LSU football game. T-Bob couldn't be at the shoot. It was while they were at Disney. So he was at Disney, couldn't be there. Clay Young, shout out, asked me to pop by. They were doing a TV shoot. Didn't give me any specifications. I walk in, everybody's in sport coats, ties, dressed to the nines. I walked in my regular tie. I'm in, jeans and a button up, whatever. But no worries. It's all good. So I had to shoot my scene, which was me sitting in a chair, smoking a cigar. But remember, I couldn't actually have a lit cigar to my lips.
Right.
So I had to just be holding the lit cigar, but they wanted me blowing smoke. So I had to take a drag, and then they kind of passed the camera by me, an action shot as I'm sort of blowing the smoke. Anyway, all right, so if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see it, or on WBTR. And if you're listening on radio, you'll hear the audio because it's a narrated spot. And you'll understand the point where I come in. Anyway, all right, here you go. Well, let me know your thoughts.
Experience the best of both worlds at Don Juan Cigar Company and Don Juan Cigar Bar. If you're looking for Louisiana's best selection of cigars and cigar accessories, come see us. We also have pipe tobacco and pipe accessories. If a great atmosphere is what you crave, Don Juan Cigar Bar is the place for you. We have great drink specials, signature cocktails, and an environment that is tailor-made for you and your party. You never know who you'll run into at Don Juan's. Don Juan Cigar Company and Don Juan Cigar Bar. Come experience the best of both worlds. Located in Town Center on Jefferson Highway.
All right. So what do you think?
Good. That was your first acting. Your first acting gig.
What'd you think?
That was
right?
really good.
I kind of nailed that. I was casual, but into it, but a little staring off into the distance and thoughtful and kind of pensive.
Stoic.
What did you think, Muse? How did I do it? I nailed it. It wasn't my first acting job.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
You ever see my Goodwood commercials everywhere?
I'll also say I didn't think the attire was that out of place for you.
No, because when they flash his deal, they put his name right there. Yeah. So you look at the name.
Exactly. So I mean, I think all in all, man, I mean, you're still in a button down and like whatnot. I mean, it's like I think all that is good.
Yeah, all those other nerds got all dressed up for it too. Like nobody really does that. Unbelievable.
Oddly, the shirt I'm wearing there, if you want to pull up that still, you could go full screen with it, Paul, if you would. So that is a Snaps shirt, which I happen to be wearing today as well. So shout out to Snaps.
Where can I get some of those, by the way?
Their website. So it's like it's their Pearl Snap shirts. I love the style and the comfort. And by the way, like I didn't get that free. Like I bought them. The company sent me one, an LSU one during the football season. And so I wore it one day at Don Juan, incidentally, on Whiskey and Wine to tell T-Bob, I was like, they should sponsor Snaps, like his show that he does with Aaron. I mean, it's the same name. It fits, right? Snaps. Anyway, so I think they've done a deal, but I love the shirts. So that shirt, you want to go full, Paulie? That shirt is a Snaps shirt. This one is an all-white Snap shirt. And I bought a whole bunch of them. I got hit with like one of those targeted ads that was like season-ending sale, 60% off. I was like, oh, click.
I
ended up buying like 5 of them.
Is that your blue steel?
No, see, because my lips are kind of pursed, huh?
Yeah, that looks like
kind of, but see, it's unintentional because I'm blowing smoke.
Do it.
But I kind of am like,
do it right now. See, no, you're bigger right there. Like the lips are more full. They're fuller.
Well, it's because I literally have smoke in my mouth.
All right, pretend you have smoke in your mouth and do it. That's not it. I don't know how you did that right. That could be touched up a little bit. That might be edited. Man, that's a good look, right?
Shout out Don Juan Cigar Bar.
That's your blue steel.
Shout out Clay Young. And they even spelled my name correctly.
And they have pipe stuff. I want to start smoking a pipe.
Why do you want to smoke a pipe?
I don't know. Well,
that cigar that I had there that day was a Rocky Patel.
One of my favorite people in the world, Dr. Mike Coogan.
Yep. Oh, you've told me this.
Smoked the pipe. And he was the coolest man on the planet.
Shout out Dr. Coogan.
He's the first guy that had the Bose headphones, back in the day. Seriously. And he'd throw his headphones on, he'd listen to Dr. John, and he'd smoke a pipe. And I'm like, this is the coolest guy on the planet. So I want to be like that.
You know what I heard, too? So my neighbor, we're deviating here, but a couple weeks ago, my neighbor, shout out Mike Hiller, popped over. I was on the back patio, grilled a steak, smoking a cigar, having a whiskey. He popped over. It was the day the LSU game got moved up. It was supposed to be a night game. They thought the weather was going to be bad, so they moved it up. Anyway, and he was telling me that years ago, he's a little bit older than me. I mean, he's got like grown children, right? Okay. Like he's not super old, but probably 60.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he told me that he smoked a pipe in the house because it doesn't smell up the house.
It smells
like
great.
There's smoke in. How does that how does that work?
So good.
Muse, were you nodding in agreement? Like, does your dad smoke a pipe?
No, I was just kind of surprised. Like, because when you said in the house, I'm like, oh. But then when you said it doesn't smell, I'm like, I thought it was kind of similar to a cigar where the scent and the taste is what you're kind of going for.
I don't know if your dad, Matthew Marquardt Musso, smoked a pipe.
Not my father's name, but no, he does not.
When you smoke weed, does it smell up the house?
Well, there's Marilyn Monroe Musso and Matthew Marquardt Musso.
That's
Marilyn Monroe
His
Musso?
mom's name is Marilyn Monroe Musso.
Not true.
How about that?
No.
What's his dad's name?
Matthew, because he's junior.
I'm not.
He's Matthew Marquardt Musso.
How did I become a junior all of a sudden?
Yep.
You do look like a junior.
Well, I'm not, but thank you, I guess.
So anyway, a pipe.
That's what he told me. Was that like so? Maybe someone who smokes a pipe can either confirm or disconfirm this.
Let's go to Don Juan. I need to get. Did they sell pipes there? Have you seen pipes there?
Yeah, they sell pipes.
Let's go get a pipe.
And then they got the tobacco for the pipes as well.
We'll try it out.
They got all the stuff you want there. Don Juan's a great spot. I mean, I love it. I love going in there and just have a cigar, have a cocktail, sit at the bar. Cool thing about it is if you go in there, if you say, honey, I'm gonna go to Don Juan, like you're there for an hour. It's gonna take you get a nice cigar. It's gonna take you an hour to smoke the cigar, right? So you're there for an hour. So you get a good long time to just relax, unwind, chill.
Yeah.
Great spot.
I get it.
All right. Key for LSU-Texas. Go.
I think defensively, there's been a lot said the last week or so about the middle infield for LSU. I think if those two guys can turn more double plays than the Texas group, I think LSU is going to be in a really good spot. I know that's pretty specific, but you've got some dudes playing really, really well in the middle of the defense right now for LSU. And then offensively, keys for victory. I want to walk more than we strike out on the weekend. If LSU can walk more than they strike out this weekend, I think they're going to be in a really good spot. And that's specifically, Bear Jones, who had a rough weekend last weekend. I expect him to come out of it. And I think if they can do those two things, man, they'll be in good shape.
Muse, what you got?
We kind of talked about it a little earlier. One thing for me, offense travel, but not in the sense of just go score a bunch of runs. I want to see them do what they've done. Score with 2 outs, immediately respond when Texas puts up runs. That's something they've done plenty. If those things happen, I would consider that the offense traveling. And I'm paying attention to the 2 leadoff hitters because both are really, really good. Ethan Mendoza and obviously Derek Curiel. They both have OBPs well above 500. Mendoza's on a 14-game hitting streak. Whoever can really keep those 2 guys in checks because they jumpstart each team's offense, that's going to be huge for me this week as well.
I don't disagree with anything y'all just said. For me, I think this is super simple. It's something we've all talked about. Pitching staff has got to throw strikes. Like your point about your pitching has to strike out more than they walk. I'm with it. I think that will happen. The walk number, you cannot get into double-digit walks on the weekend. It's just this offense, this Texas offense isn't deep enough, I don't believe, isn't deep enough to beat you by banging out 10, 12 hits in a game. Like, if you put 5, 7 guys on base, then you're going to lose the series. Like, you just cannot go do that this weekend. So, if the pitchers throw strikes, I think LSU's got plenty of arm talent to be fine this weekend. I just really question whether or not they can do that consistently over 3 games.
Muse makes a good point, too, and he talks about the offense traveling. Let me say this, too, about when you go on the road. It's really magnified on road games, especially in big games like this, but you've got 27 outs to win the ball game. Just don't give the other team extra outs to score runs. And that doesn't have to necessarily come in the form of an error. I mean, it could come in the form of a walk or a pickoff play that goes awry or whatever it may be. If you just limit that other
pass balls,
just limit them to 27 outs. Like, that's it. That's all you guys get to score runs. We're not going to give you 28, 29, 30 outs to beat us.
Lineup is out, by the way, if you wanted to run through it real fast.
Yeah, if you have it, go.
Curiel, Jones, Dickinson, Fry, DH, Milam, Josh Pearson, and Wright.
The Fry DH thing makes sense because they're going with a righty and Braswell third.
Hernandez, Braswell, Stanfield.
So that's Jay's loading up righties in the lineup. So Braswell third, Fry DH. I just hate you know my feeling on it.
I agree with you too.
Jake Brown not being in the lineup is silly to me. Jay's great. He's an awesome coach. I get it. You're on the road. You get a veteran in the lineup like Pearson. It's just this may end up being a low-scoring game. I want my best defensive right fielder, and Jake Brown's shown he can hit everybody. What? He's your third leading. He's hitting 397.
He's right on the cusp of 400. Yeah, still in March.
I don't get it. You have a feeling?
Yeah, I hate him on the bench.
Brown.
If you want Pearson in the lineup, that's fine, but DH Brown.
All right, it's after further review. No, DH Pearson put Brown in right because he's your best defensive right fielder.
There you go.
What are you doing? But he wants Fry in the lineup because he wants a righty, and I think, well, whatever. I don't get to coach. I don't get to make those decisions. Just not having Jake Brown in the lineup it doesn't make sense. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Okay, it's Friday. Friday at 5:49. People are going home. What are you going to eat for dinner tonight? Well, it's a Friday in Lent. You're not eating meat, right?
Nope.
Well, what do? You need seafood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you go?
Rouse's.
You want boiled crawfish?
They got it.
Rouse's. You want boiled shrimp?
Got that.
Rouse's. You want the combo of boiled crawfish, shrimp, corn, potatoes? They got it.
Got it.
Bag, tag, priced, ready to go. Grab it, go to the register, boom, you're done. Home, eating. Make sure you grab some adult beverages if you want them.
Mm-hmm.
Got everything you want. They got Evermore. They got Bud Light. They got anything you want there.
Yeah.
It's Rouse's. They got everything. You want their seafood spectacular? That's awesome too. You know what you do? You go to the hot bar there, get your little tray, fill it up with whatever you want.
Just load up.
Dozens of items, $9.99 a pound. It doesn't matter what you put in there, $9.99 a pound. Feed the whole family.
Yep.
Rouse's. Rouse's.com. Rouse's. Get some seafood.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. All right, let's get to Ask Ryan.
Office build out, and then my guy Trent Davis and I had a great meeting with the Lemoyne group, which was fabulous today. So yeah, a lot of good things.
What's the website?
T3ISUSA.com.
T3 Industrial Solutions USA. T3ISUSA.com. That's a lot.
Check us out, boy.
LSU got a commitment from Dylan Purter, 4-star defensive back out of Tuskegee, Alabama.
We're back, baby. DBU. We're back.
See ya.
AFR.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50